Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning to whenever you hear my voice coming at you, wherever you may be. It is a random show, episode number 139, with I, your host, Agostinho Zinga, and I hope you are doing well wherever this lovely stream may find you. I hope you are doing splendid. That's my hope for you. I hope you're doing well. How am I? You know how it is. Doing the best I can with the time I have available. I cannot complain. I honestly cannot complain. Thank you, all of you who are here joining me right now. I appreciate every single one of you. Those of you in the chat, thank you for joining in. It's always a pleasure to have your company. Apologies for not coming at you sooner. I know I said I'd be here 10 hours later, but you know, work got the better of me. Life got the better of me, but we're here now. We're going to get down and stream and do what we need to do. All the ha-has, all the he-he's and stuff, right? So big up everybody tuning in. As per usual, if you enjoy the show along the way, somehow you like what you hear, you like what you see, make sure that you're smashing that like button down below for me so that people can see others like it and they'll be more inclined to stay around and maybe check it out themselves, or maybe somehow it'll allow me to kind of get spread more, or it's just a vanity thing, or just do it anyway. Okay. That'll be greatly appreciated. But apart from that, sit back, enjoy the ride, and you know, let's do what we fucking do. Let's do what we do. So if everybody in the stream chat, I'm just quickly thinking about this, right? Because I saw it on Twitter. And I just saw this article now, courtesy of the BBC. And I'm wondering, right, like, it's pretty gnarly to think what's happening in Ukraine. Pretty gnarly, right? Off the back of, what's his name? Prozibin, I forgot how you fucking pronounce his name, getting shot out from the fucking sky, allegedly by Putin and shit, most likely by Putin. And then just in general, the war just keeps raging on and on. Ukraine have absolutely no quit in them. Russia just keep going, and they just keep going back and forth. You go in the fucking Ukraine War Report subreddit, and you just see horrifying clip after horrifying clip after horrifying clip. But from time to time, you'll stumble on these clips on Twitter that I've seen of people showing clips of like Kiev right now, and you know, on the weekend, and you'll see all these people out and about having a good time, drinking, partying and shit, and trying to get back to some semblance of normality. And one thing that's always very striking on these videos is that you'll see so many women, so many girls, especially young girls. You see so many, like, wow, man, Ukraine's crazy. Like, if you're into that kind of look of a girl, you should go to fucking Ukraine. Loads of girls out there. Then you think to yourself, hold on, why are there so many girls in Ukraine, especially in Kiev? And you think to yourself, oh, that's why. Everybody that's every man that's of age to fight in the war has probably gone to fight, or they're currently fighting, or unfortunately they fucking passed away. That's the grim reality of it. And the guys that are left there are either maybe they come back home early, maybe they didn't want to fight, whatever the reason is. But you just see those clips, you see a huge majority of women in these clips, and not enough, and not a lot of guys. And it's pretty sobering. I've got to be honest, especially if you're someone like myself who sometimes complains about, you know, smallest inconveniences, and then you're seeing people on this, you know, whatever they live, going through what they're going through. It can maybe make you be a little bit more appreciative of the life you have and the things that you have available to you, like fucking Lime bikes and Lime scooters and shit. You know what I mean? Because it could be worse. You could be out there in Ukraine fighting a war that you didn't ask for, and, you know, trying to defend your fucking sovereign country against outside forces that legitimately think that they have a claim to a part of your land because of whatever's going on there. And then you have other parties like the US, like the UK, using it as a proxy war to further their own interest. It just becomes super murky. But I just saw those clips and thought to myself, wow, thoughts and feelings go out to everybody that's just involved in that war at the moment, because there's no end to it. It's going to go where it's going to go to. But then seeing those clips of people in Kiev and seeing that it's mostly women and not a lot of men, because most of the men have basically died or they're currently still fighting, made me kind of sad. Not gonna lie. Jordan Ray, AZ's going to Ukraine to support the females. No, I'm not Crystalia. Crystalia will definitely go, because there's a lot of women in Ukraine that look like Crystalia's type. And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And I'm not saying women, I'm saying girls. Let's clarify that. There's a lot of girls out in Ukraine who look like they'll be Crystalia types, to be honest. But yeah, but they probably talk back a little bit too much. Do you know what I mean? He probably needs those kind of very easily malleable Western girls who are a little bit more enamored with his celebrity. Anyway, moving on from that one, we've got some excellent news here, courtesy of Deadline, that I forgot to mention. Big up Shane Gillis, absolute massive win, considering, you know, he was one of the last cancelled comedians. Comedians don't really get cancelled nowadays, or never did really. I think I'm going to play for you a clip later on in the show that kind of shows, I think, Tom and BERT KREISCHER talking about cancel culture again, and it's really odd that comedians seem to have a real infatuation with cancel culture, like they're desperate to be victims and stuff. But then when you look at the business of cancel culture, it kind of makes sense. It does give you a little bit of a pep, it makes you go viral, and if you can weather the storm, it does effectively help you further your career in some way, shape or form. So it does make sense why these professional attention seekers would be so eager to be cancelled in some way, shape or form, because they know it's going to be able to help their career. So Shane was the last one I can remember to get cancelled, and his cancellation was a bit dumb because effectively he said a bit of a racy, edgy joke when he was doing his show, Matt and Shane's My Secret Time, which is obviously one of the best comedy podcasts out there, legitimately, because they just stick to trying to be funny. It's quite refreshing. There's not a lot of politics talk and shit. There's not a lot of fucking life lessons and a lot of lecturing. It's just two fucking degenerate comedians just trying to make each other laugh, and guests fucking love it. So I'm a big fan of Matt and Shane's Secret Time. He said a racy joke, but unfortunately for him, at the same time they said the racy joke, he just got confirmed as one of the new kind of, you know, host of comedians for SNL in that particular season. And I guess people went back into his history, found a clip, uploaded it, and obviously that led to him being fired. And it was a big deal because that, you know, apart from the consistent check, I'm sure the ability to maybe grow from that SNL job, network, write really funny fucking sketches, be on TV all the time, was an amazing opportunity. So I'd imagine that really probably bummed him out that he wasn't able to take that job. But I think in the end, it did basically work out, because effectively this kind of put him into the good graces of Joe Rogan pretty late. He had a bit of some dodgy Joe Rogan appearances here and there, but it kind of made him more familiar with Joe Rogan. It kind of made his podcast more you know, more well known. It maybe tightened up his comedy, and in general, when it comes to specials and shit, him and Matt have been two of the ones I've kind of enjoyed in the last 18 months or so. So big up Shane for that particular one. So this article is pretty good because essentially it proves that he's been able to kind of single-handedly, just with pure hard work, I think, hard work and talent, and just being a good comedian, has been able to go from somebody that was technically cancelled to being back allowed into the Hollywood industry, because Netflix is basically a part of Hollywood, and this is basically his indication that he is now, everything's been forgiven. So this is courtesy of Deadline. It says Shane Gillis to make Netflix comedy debut in September, because his last special came out on YouTube. So now that's going to, the next one's going to be out in Netflix, which is a fucking big win. And also he's not doing any funny games, no Andrew Schultz games about we don't need Netflix, and you sign with Netflix, then you don't put it on Netflix, and you do, like, none of that shit. It was on YouTube. He proved his worth. He showed how talented he was, and now he's going to get special on Netflix. Fucking love it. It says comedian Shane Gillis will make his Netflix debut on September the 5th with a stand-up special called Beautiful Dogs. Filmed earlier this year in Virginia during his Shane Gillis live tour, Beautiful Dogs is a follow-up to Shane Gillis' 2021 YouTube special, Shane Gillis Live in Austin. It went on to garner more than 30 million views. Yeah, fucking fantastic. One of the best bits I love about Shane Gillis in that special, what was the one? Was it the one about like little girls wearing like bathing suits or something? Was it bathing suits? I'm not sure if I remember it correctly. I think it was little girls or kids wearing bathing suits or something. That bit of the special where he just dropped that deadpan, and everyone was kind of awkwardly trying to figure out if that was a joke or a statement, and he made it into a joke by just saying as many, like, because he's got a real talent for not using a lot of words but getting across what he's basically saying. It kind of reminded me of one of my favorite Louis C.K. bits that's incredibly uncomfortable but really unfunny. It's the joke that Louis C.K. does in one of his specials where he says, pedophilia, like pedos must know the risk that they take by being pedos, but the reward must be so good, the reward, you know what I mean, that they just can't stop themselves. And he basically tries to rationalize the mind of a pedo and why they would consistently do something like that, that is abhorred by most of society, you know, the only conclusion that he has is that it must be so amazing that the fucking risk is worth the squeeze. And it legitimately is one of my favorite bits. I remember watching it. It honestly makes you physically uncomfortable, but you end up laughing after a while. So I fucking love it. So I think Shane Gillis has the same like level of talent, I'd say, of a Louis C.K. in my own opinion, especially of the new guys. He's really fucking good. It continues here. It says Gillis also plays Gilly on a Peacock original series called Bupkiss that stars Pete Davidson and Joe Pesci. I didn't know that, actually. I've never watched that before. If you guys have watched Bupkiss, let me know in the comments if you like it. The series, which also features Eddie Falco, premiered on May 4th, comes from Universal Television and Lorne Michaels' Broadway video. Isn't Lorne Michaels from SNL? Okay, so this means he's fine then. So I guess Lorne is fine with Shane. So the cancellation thing was just probably more so a optics thing, right? They didn't want to fucking be associated with somebody that says some racy stuff about Asian people. But the fact that he's already working for a Lorne Michaels owned company shows that he was already good anyway. So anyway, it continues. It says Gillis' other credits include starring in as well as co-creating and writing for a YouTube sketch series called Gilly and Keeves alongside producing partner John McKeever. Beautiful Dogs was directed by McKeever and produced by All Things Comedy. Oh, big up Bill Burr. All Things Comedy credit there for the Netflix special. Nice. And AGI Entertainment. Gillis is represented by CAA, AGI Entertainment, Yawn, Levin, Barnes, and Kritzman. Gillis might be one of the safest, coolest comedians. That's a CA. Big up, Coiler. Appreciate you, brother.
Balenciaga Pump Fund.
You guys are idiots. You guys are real idiots. You know that. You guys are stupendous idiots. I've seen the conversations on the fucking Discord. I didn't engage. I didn't take part because I'm not having my stylistic choices mocked by some of you guys. But I see what you've been saying about my pumps. I see all of yous, and I'm not taking it slightly, and I'm not taking it lightly. Actually, when I do eventually get them, and I'm able to freak them amazingly, I don't want to hear any of you coming back around saying, Agostinho, they actually look quite nice. Sorry about what I said, Agostinho. No. Keep your fucking shit to yourself, okay? I see what you say, all of you, and you're lucky I haven't banned you. I haven't banned any of you guys for the shit you've been saying about my Balenciaga pumps, okay? Like, relax. Take it easy, all right? In this stream, we respect Balenciaga, we respect Demna, and we respect Yeezy, right? Those are the three people we respect. Everybody else can go take a hike, but let's respect them and Balenciaga. Be careful. Anyway, but big up Koila. I appreciate all of you. Honestly, man, you guys are destroying me, man, these pumps. Honestly, I'm going to fucking prove you guys wrong with these pumps. You're going to see my vision. You're going to see what I mean by them. But yeah, what I was going to say, I think Gillis is probably the nicest, most level-headed, normal CAA represented person I can think of, because when I think of CAA I think of like Brendan and Brian Callen, right? That type of CAA person where they're always talking about their CAA agent, they're always talking about going to eat with them at some fucking steakhouse somewhere, about what they told about, you know what I mean? There's always that kind of really cringy, sucky up your Hollywood, almost Ari Gold type relationship. Whereas I feel like Shane just, like, you know, does his job, does what he needs to do, you know, enjoys himself, and the people that need to do what they need to do are doing it in the background. It's not something he kind of wears as a fucking badge or something, right? Or a crown on his head, like, I'm represented by CIA. So it's pretty cool to see. But in general, I'm really happy for him because, like I said, I think it definitely does prove that good work trumps all. Like, if you just do good work, if you just go back to kind of doubling down on trying to be funny, on trying to put out cool content, on trying to grow your audience, eventually, if you're not a bad person, you haven't raped anybody, you haven't, you know, touched up any young kids and shit, you'll be fine. You'll be welcome back into the fray. But if you're these other guys who have allegedly may have raped and may have diddled, then you're fucked. It kind of is what it is, and you have to just be okay with doing your podcasts and, you know, doing your stuff on YouTube and whatever it may be, and going on the road. But thinking that you're ever going to get back into the Hollywood good graces when you've done stuff that most people who aren't you would get thrown into prison for, that's a bit naive. And I also feel especially happy for Shane, because in my opinion, one of the most funniest things, and hopefully I can find it on YouTube, but I remember specifically when Shane got cancelled or got fired from SNL, Brendan Schaub, of all people, was one of the first people to be very vocal about why he should have got fired, and basically was one of the people that said with his whole chest he thinks their show isn't funny. Right, it's not a funny show. The podcast is terrible, which is incredible coming from what, you know, considering, you know, how fucking terrible, you know, fucking The Fire and the Kid is. So to see him make this comeback is fucking beautiful. And let me see if I can find the fucking clip here. It says something about the podcast is not good. Let's see it. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, there we go. We got it. It's right there. The first one there. They even made a clip out of it. These fucking idiots. So let's see this. There's a fucking clip of it, right? As you can see there, from the Fire and the Kid channel that features them talking about it. Let's see what they say. I'm curious to see what that. I remember it being quite harsh.
Saturday Night Live hired a comic, and he was doing a podcast a while ago. And
look at those pants. If I'm Shane and a person who wearing those type of pants and that hat, is that a velvet hat? Okay, that hat might be Supreme, so I'm going to take it back. I think that might be Supreme. I think that might be Supreme full winter, like 2019 or some shit, whenever this video came out. It feels like a full 2019 video or hat. So yeah, see? Oh my God, I'm so good at this. It feels like full 2019, that hat, so I'm going to keep it in my, I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself. But if I'm Shane and somebody that wore those pants insulted me, I would be laughing my fucking head off. You know what I mean? I'd be laughing my head off. But hey, let's continue what he said.
It's very strange because so everyone's trying to get him fired from Saturday Night Live because he did this old bit on a podcast before about Asians, and it's not. It's like I watched it. I'm like, God, man, that's it. It's this culture we're in, this toxic culture, this culture. And what bothers me is some other comics went, this is ridiculous. Get him fired. Have you seen Sam Tripoli going at people online?
No.
Sam's like, I'll remember this motherfucker. Like, you guys want to screw this guy over? Biggest day of his life. And Anthony Jeselnik had the best thing. He goes, oh, I'm so happy to see when a comic has one of the biggest days of his life, someone tried to bring him down.
Yeah,
this is the culture we're in now.
Yeah.
But
Russia and a few of the Balkan nations gave to be the only places where you go. Can't believe I am getting mugged by a white dude.
Yeah. Big up that Indian guy. I appreciate you for the fucking $10 super chat. Yeah, when I went to Prague, and I also went to Prague was the main thing. So I went to Prague in Czech Republic. And I ended up going a little bit outside of Prague, like just because Prague obviously is a very touristy city. But when you just go a little bit outside of it, even 10 minutes, it's incredibly Czech. Right? It's incredibly Central European. Like there's nothing else about it. There's no multiculturalism over there. And it's very interesting to be a black guy who in most spaces, you feel like people immediately get intimidated by your fucking black presence. Then to suddenly be in a country like that, where these very, very, very intense looking white people live, that you know they're not made like the white people you know back home. You know, these are different types of whites. And they legitimately put the fear of God in you by doing nothing, just standing around. And they're staring at you not because they are intrinsically racist, it's because they don't really see people like you around where they live. And just kind of, you know, amused by your presence. And you can feel the fear kind of bubbling up from your stomach because you think to yourself, like, how am I going to help? How am I going to like save myself in this place? What am I going to do if these fucking Czechs decide to run me down the street? What do I do? Where am I turning? What, like, am I going to try and use my fucking 30-day MMA Groupon fucking, you know, skills on them? I'm going to get my ass handed to me, right? While these guys are hurling fucking, you know, Czech racial slurs at me as I'm laid on the floor with my ass out and shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't do that. So yeah, I understand what you mean, man. Big up the Indian dude. Appreciate you. This clip is interesting because it starts off like them defending Shane. So I don't know if this is the one that I'm meant to play, but let's play it anyway.
Have you seen it? Have you guys watched it?
I heard.
They might
heard of it.
Bring up Shane Gillis. You can find it.
What was the joke about it?
He went to an Asian restaurant. How hard it is to order. You should see it. I watched on it. I say way more dicer stuff than that. I'm never.
Well, how about fucking?
No, you don't. let's be honest too. Brendan doesn't say anything dicey. That's why he'd never get cancelled. He wants to get cancelled really badly because it would kind of validate him, bring him more attention, make him more famous and shit. But he doesn't say anything worth being cancelled for. The most cancelable thing he might have done is basically sitting next to BRYAN, who'd been accused of rape, and maybe the whole COVID stuff, right? When the COVID was happening, he kept going out on tour. He called it a million times, spread it a million times, didn't really give a fuck. So that might have been something he could have got cancelled for. But apart from that, he doesn't matter. He's really a Z-list in some regards because he's really not that, famous as he thinks. And also he's not smart enough to say anything that would get him cancelled. So I don't know why he says racist stuff. You've never said racist stuff, to be fair.
Dave Chappelle, he was like talking about being Chinese. I'm Chinese now. Remember?
Yep, I remember that too.
Yeah, that was cool.
We're so ridiculous now.
But
and it's all, I guarantee it's probably not even Asians. It's probably white people going, we're woke. We won't stand for this.
Okay, I'm not what I'm saying there, but let me see if I can find the actual clip. Maybe someone uploaded on the Reddit. Let me see if I can find it. But that clip doesn't really tell me what I need to see. I want to see the one where Brendan says they don't have a good podcast. Brendan, let's see if I can find it. Bear with me a second. Shane Gillis, bad podcast. Let's see if I can find it. Maybe somebody uploaded it. I think it's like it was like a bad. Let's see if someone wrote it on here. Let's see if I've got it here. Yeah, thinks it's not funny. Okay, cool. I've got 2 clips here. Let's see if I can find them. Oh man, it's gonna be good. I've got 2 clips here. 2 clips. Let's see if I can find it. Bear with me a second here. Brendan Shaw thinks Shane Gillis isn't funny. Okay, this is taken from what's that place? This is taken from what's those comedians guys called? Mersh and the other guy. This is taken from one. Okay, the pod's not available anymore. That's gone. Oh shit! They terminated their account. Okay, fair enough. Avengers Assist account got terminated. Oh, so it does say in the clip. It says somewhere that it's a bad podcast. Oh man, so I have to play it again. I don't want to fucking play that shit again. Let's see. Fuck. Let me see SNL. Let me write that in and see if I can find it. Bear with me a second. Okay, cool. So let me see. Maybe it is on that clip. Let me see if I can find it through the transcripts and see if it says bad podcast or not funny or something. Maybe I can find that through the transcripts because I want to see what they said the clip wise, and then we can kind of move on.
Saturday Live hired it.
Bear with me a second here. What are you saying in the chat? Adam 22's wife is going to get checked. What? What's happening here?
A comic, and he was doing a podcast a while ago, and it's very strange because
I love how my guy talks. A while ago, he kind of has that. He kind of has the voice inflection of a baby, in it, a little bit when he pronounces stuff. A while ago, mommy. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, it kind of feels like there's a lot of that going on there. So anyway, let me see if I can find the bit where he says something about bad podcast. Let me see. Bad podcast. Oh, okay, cool. There we go. It's here. Okay, so he does say it in this clip. Oh, it's gonna be tasty, tasty, tasty. Okay, there we go. We got it here. So let me see if I can. Let's go back to. Let's do it to the 8 minutes or something. Let's go to 8 minutes. Let's go around here. But he does say it. It's around 9 minutes.
Who are they?
I don't.
Schumer?
No.
Who?
You bring it up. Bring it up. I don't want to be part of that. God, imagine against the biggest call of your life on Saturday Night Live. The biggest call, and then a few days later, people go, dude, that podcast you did, however.
You know what's funny? They both don't know what was going to happen after this, isn't it? They both have no idea what the future would hold for them, right? Chris getting cancelled, BRYAN getting cancelled, like, they're all here fucking pontificating and talking with so much glee about somebody else getting cancelled. We're fine. And then they had no idea what the future was going to hold for them, did they? The karmic retribution of CALLEN is still the one that fucking makes me laugh to this day. He actually tried to throw Chris under the bus. I don't know him. We never hung out. We had dinner one time. We never went on tour together. Even though the entire premise of their relationship, or how they, marketed it on social was the fact that they were super close and they did 10-minute podcasts together and they were always bumping into each other outside and doing little sketches and skits and stuff. And then he had the fucking nerve to get on camera and say, I don't know the guy. Because he wanted to protect himself. And then a week later, he gets accused of rape. Karmic retribution, undefeated.
Fucking long ago, that time you referenced Chinks, you're not against Saturday Night Live.
Wow.
Hey yo, Brendan, relax, bro.
These.
Let's see. Jimmy O Yang, because he's an Asian comic, so
I don't know.
Jimmy's a great comic. I'm on the same bill.
Jimmy O Yang is the guy that hates Tim Dillon, isn't it, I think? He hates Tim Dillon. He hates most of those LA types, which I think is interesting. Hey, big up, who's this? Jobo.
Had nightmare last night of 6 feet 6 inches long-haired Rogan.
Big up Jobo 13, appreciate it. Yeah. Big up, yeah. I think I say this, I've said this a lot, but I honestly think it's true. The universe, God, Buddha, Allah, whoever you believe in, did all of us a favor by making Joe 5'2" or whatever he is. Because if you think he's this insufferable, this obnoxious, just imagine if he was a former Marine, Special Forces, ex-CIA agent, 6'4", like, do you know what I mean, with long flowing hair. Oh, he would not shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? He would be pushing in our faces. So the fact that he doesn't, you know, look like Aubrey Marcus or something is a good thing. You know what I mean? Same thing goes for Cam Haines. If Cam Haines was taller and he looked like, if Cam Haines looked like that guy that wrote a book that's made into an Amazon series, I forgot his name. He's a fucking author. He makes these Amazon series that was actually quite good. Fuck, I forgot the name of it. But if Cam Haines looked the way he thinks he looks in his head, he'd be way more insufferable. Also, people don't like Cam Haines, but if Cam Haines was taller and didn't look as, you know, because Cam Haines basically looks like an outdoor version of BRYAN CALLEN, I feel like. Right? Cam Haines is basically BRYAN CALLEN if you grew up in fucking Texas or some shit, or Idaho. You know what I mean? But if he was a bit more taller looking, then he'd be. Whew.
All the time. He's a great comic. He put as a comedian, I usually side with comedians on sensitive subjects, but this is just plain racist. It's truly disgusting. Stand up against this is just as important as supporting our Asian brothers and sisters.
See,
this man has to go.
I'm not Chinese. I will say this, and I've said this before.
So yeah, that's another point thing. We're not Chinese.
By the way,
I've
said this before. I've said this many times. Chinese people in this country have dealt with a fuckload of racism and a fuckload of violence and a way more than people know. They just have. They just don't voice it. But there is no question that people of Chinese descent, ethnic Chinese all over the world, have done.
BRYAN CALLEN speaking up for the ethnic Chinese. Stop Asian hate. This guy, when he starts bloviating about these points, you just want to fucking throw a fucking brick through his face, innit? Like, shut the fuck up, man. Honestly. This is like classic rich boy talk. Whenever you go to a house party, there's always one of these kind of rich kids around, like bloviating and pontificating about the plight of others in an effort to make themselves look like a good person. Bruh, just stop raping. You don't need to be getting on your soapbox talking about saving people like this. Just stop raping. Stop raping and you'll be fine. No one gives a fuck.
Incredibly well in every culture they immerse themselves in because their culture, frugality and all that, and hard work and all that. But they have dealt with a fuckload, not only of prejudice, but like literal massacres.
Let me ask you, Brian. You think Shane Gillis is racist?
No, but no, that's my point. I understand people's sensitivity, but
that's the thing. That's the thing I don't understand about these guys. No one actually cares if Shane Gillis is not racist or not. No, like no one. You know, these guys think that these guys think that they're deserving of like, I don't know, of like further investigation that way. People just hear what you say, the stupid things you said over the years, and sometimes it can come back to haunt you. In Shane Gillis's case, he didn't whine and cry about it as much as others did, which I think is very respectable because I still think he got done dirty because it felt like somebody went out of their way to kind of get him cancelled. But let's also be a little bit chill and say, if he didn't say that racy, off-the-cuff, shitty joke, he would still be on SNL now. It's not that deep. It really isn't that deep. And sometimes if you're a comedian and you want to say what you want to say, you also have to be okay with some people not being okay with what you say and those having real life consequences and in terms of causing you for you to lose a job. But it isn't that deep. Like, let's just relax. You guys are not freedom fighters. Do you know what I mean? You're not fucking you're not knocking down the Berlin Wall with your fucking talk. You're not freeing fucking slaves. You're just telling shit jokes on stage. Just relax. Sometimes you hit one. Sometimes you miss one. Sometimes one's cost you a gig. Sometimes one makes you the ire of people on social media and you get fucking cancelled for a week. It's not that deep. Let's all relax. All these guys are multimillionaires. All their kids go to fucking private school. It's fine. Like, chill.
What Shane Gillis here was doing was referencing how other people were talking about that in a very offhanded comment. And to take it away, I got a problem.
Even when Daniel D. Kim says this, he's not saying it.
Yeah, exactly. Look at the comments here. It's like, I think I got some people that get it in the fucking chat here. Big up young old vibes. Callen should just move to Spain. Those are his people. Exactly. Coelho, Callen choked a homeless person to death right before the speech. Exactly. Don't give me all this fucking save the people, we love everybody, one nation, I don't see color, I don't see race nonsense. Just stop being a piece of shit to women and whatever it may be, and fucking Bobby Lee, and you're fine. You know what I mean? You don't have to fucking, like, my guy, Big Up Fashion Road, man, the virtual signal beam all the way to Mars. It's just too much. It's just too much. What's that word called? It's when you're fucking, what's the fucking word? I forgot the word. There's a word for it. Where, like, you try to kind of, you get on your soapbox to say these sort of things in an effort to sort of, hide or mask what you actually are like in real life. Those kind of things. Like, you're just doing and saying too much. It's not that deep. I forgot what the fucking phrase is. But anyway, let's continue.
In the same context.
He goes, there has to be a joke in there somewhere. He's referencing, it was an awful podcast. Even the content's not good.
Yeah.
Fire him for having a bad podcast, not for being racist. Scroll.
Excuse me? Rewind that again. Imagine Brendan saying you have a bad podcast. Can you imagine how angry you'd be? Let's go back one more time. Let's hear Brendan say they have a bad podcast.
Even when Daniel D. Kim says this, he's not saying it in the same context.
He goes, there has to be a joke in there somewhere. He's referencing, it was an awful podcast. Even the content's not good. Yeah. Fire him for having a bad podcast, not for being racist. Scroll up. Who's the other comic?
He said that's so offhand. That is so rude and petty. This is the thing I've said from the beginning, right? One of the things I think that's really interesting about the whole anti-Brendan Schaub shit that exists out there and this whole little sub-community scene of people that fucking rip into him and the fucking Reddit. If you think about it, right? If you think about it really, Brendan is actually just getting back the energy he puts out. Because I've always said, and I maintain, he's the biggest hater of anybody out there, even more so than the worst person that posts on the subreddit, worse than me, worse than Uniques, worse than Red Bar, worse than anybody you see. He's actually a worse kind of hater because he doesn't actually know. He actually thinks he's a good guy. That's the thing. He thinks he's a good guy. He doesn't think he's a hater because he's just in his position. So he thinks he's just talking about the industry stuff. But when you actually listen to him, when you actually hear him speak, he's usually jealous of his friends. He usually lies about his fucking selling out of his tours. He's usually talking down on people, fighters, other comedians, shows he's fucking watch. He's really, at his core, a consummate hater. And the fact that he's receiving all this energy back is because he puts that energy out there. That's the real funny part about it. He complains and cries about it, but this guy is the biggest hater out there, if you think about it, because let's all just keep this in mind. He's only saying this, right, about Shane and Matt's podcast. Why is he saying this? Keep this in mind. Not because he thinks the show's actually shit. It's not because of that. It's because at that time, Matt and Shane weren't in the GRE Extended Universe. They weren't a part of Joe Rogan's protected class of comedians or his friends. They weren't part of the cool group. They were on the outskirts a little bit. That's why he said that, because they weren't part of that. They weren't part of the in-group. And if I remember correctly, at that time, maybe Shane might have said some things here and there that he said, he might have said some sly little remarks and digs at Brendan, which he might have seen or heard about, which is why he kind of let that little barb lie in there about the podcast being bad. But as soon as Rogan brought those guys into his inner circle, suddenly Brendan changed his tune on Matt and Shane. Because Rogan said they were cool, he now all of a sudden thought they were cool. Because if he actually had, a taste or a point of view and actually a real opinion, big up Austin, appreciate you, brother.
Afghanistan, BRYAN, CALLEN.
Afghanistan, yeah. Big up him. The fact that he was born in the Philippines says everything about him, innit, really, right? He was born in fucking Filipino. he's an actual Filipino. That to me says everything about fucking Bryan Callen. And yeah, I mean, he wasn't born in the slums either. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't fucking speak Tagalog. He was just born in some fucking US embassy somewhere out there. You know what I mean? While his dad was traveling the world, fucking, you know, allegedly funneling money back to the CIA. Who knows? But anyway, we continue. Yeah, Brendan's a fucking hater. Anyway, it's clear.
W. Kamal Bell. CNN too.
Kamal Bell goes hard. I'm a Bell fan. Too.
Who's that?
He's on CNN. He has a show on
he's
CNN.
Brilliant. Kamal Bell is brilliant, man. On CNN, I really like him.
Can you tell something? I don't want to nitpick too much, but he didn't know what Kamal Bell show he was on, what he was talking about. He didn't know, so he waited for Chin to say it. Then he said CNN. That's why I ignored Callen. Listen again. He didn't know. He just said that guy is brilliant because I guess probably Joe Rogan said he's brilliant. So he just rabbited it, but he couldn't remember what show he was on. So this guy's brilliant, but you don't know what show he's on. Listen again. I'm nitpicking here, but listen.
W. Kamal Bell. CNN too.
Kamal Bell goes hard. I'm a Bell fan. Too.
Who's that?
He's on CNN. He has a
He went quiet. Who's that?
Kamal Bell goes hard. I'm a Bell fan. Too.
Who's that?
He's on CNN. He has a show on
he's
CNN.
Brilliant. Kamal Bell is brilliant, man. On CNN,
Then he said CNN. He didn't know what show he was on. I fucking love Brendan, man. He's so easy to read. Anyway, let's continue.
I really like him.
So what's he saying?
They're saying that it's a joke that's already been done in
Yeah, I don't make those jokes.
comics and TV.
I don't make those jokes, and I've always been fairly sensitive to this only because I have.
I don't make those jokes, but I rape. That's a better thing to say, isn't it, right? At least I'm not a bad comedian. I sell out shows and I'm not a bad comedian. That should be good enough, right? Forgive me for the raping.
I've read a little bit about what it is to be Chinese American in this country.
Chin.
It's not easy. It hasn't been until very recently. Remember when in you ever see Crazy Rich Asians? Mm-hmm. When they came into the
No way is he talking about the plight of Asian people and using Crazy Rich Asians as an example. These motherfuckers, they think movies are autobiographical, don't they? They think movies are basically documentaries, but basically documentaries nowadays are movies. But they actually think these are actually reflective of real life experiences. No books. No, nothing, just vibes. I watched Crazy Rich Asians. You remember that Bruce Lee movie? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Heard of Jackie Chan? Excuse me? Like, what does that have to do with the plight of Asian people? I was listening to this one MIA song and it told me everything I need to know. Honestly.
The hotel and the hotel maitre d' was very rude to them. That was a reality. That's what Chinese people dealt with all the fucking time. Then
Hold on. Did Bryan Callen only realize that scenario of an immigrant family going to another country hotel in a nice area of town and maybe being treated like a lower class person? Did he only realize that those interactions happen sometimes because of that movie? Is the only depiction of black and brown people being stopped in nice cars by the police happen because of a movie he watched? No. Like, he watched fucking, what's it called? He watched fucking, what did he watch? What's that movie? I can't think of it, man. I'm trying to think of the movie. Like Friday or something. And that's when he understood the fucking plight of black people in the inner cities of LA and shit. That's what he realized. Fuck, man. He watched Straight Out of Compton. He watched fucking Snowfall. And then he understood how crack this destroys some black neighborhoods. in America, like, no, honestly, no way, man. That's why sometimes I think to myself, like, you have to really be thankful for the life experiences you have, however you grow up, even if it isn't, private school educated, because these guys had all the resources, had all the opportunities to get all the best education, all the best life experiences, and just kind of live life and be free. And at the age of whatever he was there, maybe 50 something, he only realized, Asian people sometimes have difficulties in their, in navigating in parts of the Western world because he watched fucking Crazy Rich Asians. Yowzers Christ. His dad wasted his money on that private school, mate.
And then they got to a point where they had a lot of money and trying to earn their right in place in the world. So I understand that people are very sensitive. Once again, this guy, Shane Gillis, is not the bad guy. I don't think he's racist. And we have to be careful going after people like this.
Anyway, you get what he said. And then I want to see Shane Gillis's reply. Brendan, just see if I can see it. SNL, let's see what Shane Gillis's reply was, because I think there was a video here somebody uploaded. Where is it? There it is. Shane Gillis's Roast Brendan on the Matt and Shane Secret podcast. So this is from 4 months ago. Let's see what Shane Gillis said. Not in response, but maybe somewhere in response, right? Let's see if we can find it. There it is here. What do you say? Because I want to see what he actually said in the end. Oh, God. Crazy Rich Asians,
True. Oh, I was looking at Reddit. I was looking at the Fighter and the Kids Reddit.
Dude.
Fucking hilarious.
Tough stuff.
But
bro.
while I was looking at it, they had a post about us.
For real?
For shit, yeah, dude. Shout out the homeless cats. And
yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
they're fucking hilarious. It is very funny.
The dynamic's
like,
insane.
Looking down through the comments, and one of them just said, "Hi, Shane." And I was just like, "Oh fuck, that's hilarious." It made me laugh.
Being like, I know you're gonna read this.
He's gonna read this. Yeah,
Fuck,
it was
dude.
really funny.
That's
funny,
actually
man.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Hi, Shane.
Damn, that's what's up, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
That could be our fan base, dude.
Let's poach him.
You want to poach him?
I mean, I would. We should.
Hell yeah.
I mean, dude, that whole subreddit is dedicated to just hating on that podcast. And I know
I looked into it more.
You think they're razzing him?
There's definitely some real hate.
Yeah.
But there's also definitely like, this is funny.
Just razzing the guy.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
I think that's true. It's probably twofold, hate and the razzing. I think the hate comes from similar to what BGL suffered from. I think a lot of people on that sub, maybe myself included at some point, you just can't believe somebody as dumb as Brendan has been able to have this level of success, right? In terms of like monetary success, life success, all that malarkey. You just can't believe that to be true. It just doesn't make any sense, right? The guy's legitimately redacted, yet he's a on paper millionaire. It doesn't make any sense in that regard. And then you think about his arrogance and stuff and entitlement and thinking that he's actually there because of any talent and not because of the help of Rogan and stuff, and it makes you go crazy. But a lot of people also, it's just fun because these guys somehow, like good locals, because I think most people, if you had a subreddit of like 100,000 plus people ribbing into you, you might like change your approach to things based on what they say. You might correct course. You might realize, okay, cool, maybe I do interrupt too much. Maybe I don't get my facts straight. Maybe I do come across like a bully. Whatever, you'll notice something that they say about you that you also don't like to hear, and you try and make it right. And then the sub will slowly die because you over time become a better person because they're pointing out shit you do wrong. But these guys, like good locals, they just keep on keeping on. As they say in the Reddit, Brendan just goes. There is no stop. There is no chill in his game. Like we found out with Chris D'Elia. He got exposed in that documentary. No, so he gets exposed, he gets cancelled. The documentary comes out, and you listen to the documentary, and some of the girls are basically saying the same day that he recorded that video where he's apologizing and speaking really quietly and I'm sorry, I have to go to therapy, and I'm sorry, I'm a pedo. Doing that video, he was still texting girls. So these guys are the same. You know, they read the stuff they see on there probably, but it doesn't change their behavior. It just continues. That's why that place will never die, because these guys will never change because they don't think they did anything wrong. You know, like genuinely think they did nothing wrong. That's the crazy thing about them. Like makes it such a special place to kind of visit, because I don't think any other person in their shoes would let that sub just keep on keeping on. They would honestly try to just correct course. I'd be like, okay, cool. I can't have people fucking me over or taking the piss out of me every single day like this. I've got to make things right. But they don't, because to their core, they think they're the good. They think they're good guys. They think they're right. They think they're justified in what they do. It's pretty hilarious. So that's why the Reddit will never die.
I don't think it's necessarily all bitter hatred.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much dedicated towards being like fucking.
They don't post like funny clips. They post just like him fucking up.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about last week. How it's funny now that that's a whole thing in and of itself. Like we're gonna meet every day and just completely fucking try to tear this dude down. And and of course they're razzing him, but it's still like, dude. I'm looking at that being like, I would like to think I'd be able to take that day in and day out, but I would bend to the mob. I'd be like, fucking, I'll do whatever. You stop making fun of me.
Yes.
See?
I would bend to that mob.
14,000 people.
That's the thing, though. Regular, decent people, well-adjusted people would somehow along the way think, hold on, if that many people keep saying shit about me, surely there's some semblance of a reason why. There must be some, there must be some truth to what they're saying, and they'll investigate and try and correct course. But those guys are just the personification of locals, and really are like consummate narcissists, because they honestly don't think they do anything to warrant whatever attention they get on that Reddit, or just in general. They don't get it at all. It just doesn't make any sense. I'm a good guy. I'm a beast of a guy, beast of a dad, great guy, never met him, and that's it. It's fucking hilarious.
There's
They're homeless cats, dude.
It's an entire city dedicated.
They're called homeless cats.
I know,
dude.
because they made fun of. Yeah,
They're beasts, dude. I'm all in.
I watched that whole incel documentary about fucking.
The guy that made that, a documentary about.
Yeah, so I know exactly
SCHAUB.
what's going on in that subreddit. So I watched that documentary, and then I went to the subreddit. I'm like, whoa, dude, there's like a whole space where you can just act this shit.
There's a whole subculture of these people.
There's like a small fucking city worth
14,000, yeah.
A small city's worth of people, like a rural town's worth of people who are dedicated towards like watching your every move and be like, idiot, pussy,
moron,
pussy, bitch. But the sin they're punishing him for is taking that like kind of elitist attitude towards his fan base. He was kind of like, you guys are fucking losers. I'm fucking killing it. They were like, dude, we'll hive mind make fun of you. It's like, dude, I would instantly cave.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I think the first indication of that, because I think a lot of it as well, my current theory as well, running from it, my current running theory of the intensity of the hate they get, I think has to do with sometimes fans feeling like you cheat, like you trick them. Because I think like the reason why The Fire and the Kid was so successful in the beginning, because they actually did have a lot of legit fans like myself. Like I think I might even paid for TFATK. I'm honestly afraid to admit this, but I think I might have even paid for TFATK 3D or whatever it was called, live or whatever, that fucking DVD thing. I think I may have paid for it. That was how much of a fan I was. So I think some people, when you start off being fans of somebody and then you feel like you got tricked because they turn into a cunt, you maybe become an intense hater because you don't like the feeling of being duped. Maybe that's part of it, because they were cool to begin with. They were. I swear to God. Try and watch the first episodes of Fire and the Kid. They were perfectly fine. But a lot of that might have to do with the fact that both of them hadn't made it yet. They hadn't got the riches. They hadn't got the success and the fame. And then as soon as that came, the attitude changed, switched so quickly, and it was so jarring to see. But the real inkling, the real hint of there was a big issue was when Brendan shared that story about throwing that guy through a fucking glass window. And then most people, even in the comments of the video, said, hey, that's not cool. Somebody writes in a pretty decent, even-handed email, basically telling Brendan that, that's not cool. When they used to read fan submissions, now they don't read any submissions out. They used to sometimes read emails. Brian reads the email out, and Brendan responded to it so badly, it made him look like, he basically showed how thin-skinned he was. Everyone was like, oh, you're an actual bully then. You know what I mean? This is what you're not actually seeing it from the other people's point of view of like how this story comes across and doesn't make you look well or look good at all. And now you're responding in this really arrogant, shutting down, bullying, kind of dismissive way. I think that was the first sort of like domino. And then it kind of went from then on, and it kind of never basically recovered then, because then the whole fucking homeless cats PF Chang shit fucking went on as well. So it's a bit of a shame. But anyway, let's not watch the whole thing. You can check out yourself, Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast. The clip is there. That's what it's called, and we'll move on to the next topics. But yeah, that is what I think about that. We've spoken about Shane. Yeah, let's talk about this. This is fucking hilarious. So again, talk about cancel culture, right? This clip is courtesy of Two Bears One Cave, episode number 200. Congratulations to them for reaching 200 episodes. And they talk about cancel culture, right? Because Bert's obsessed with cancel culture. He's obsessed with it, even though he knows deep down he's kind of racy anyway. He says what he wants, and he's kind of made his own fortune, but he knows deep down he's not ever going to be like a mainstream guy, because there's too much stuff out there about him laughing at certain things and doing certain things that would not sit right with certain people. But he loves talking about it anyway, because these comedians love attention, and what's the better way to get attention than to try to get cancelled? So they speak about cancel culture, and like what Callen did with fucking Crazy Rich Asians, Bert uses the movie Apocalypto as a basis for his argument about cancel culture. I swear to God, the movie that Mel Gibson directed, a great movie, one of the best movies of all time, maybe I'd go down and saying, he uses that as a reference of cancel culture because of how the Mayans were treated in that movie. Like, honestly, very, very strange. But just listen to Bert Kreischer talking about cancel culture and shit with, with Tom.
Almost like it's never going to happen to us.
Yeah.
But then the Incas used to take the Aztecs up to the top.
The Aztecs?
The Aztecs used to take the Incas up to the top when they conquered the Incas. Have you ever seen what's the Mel Gibson movie?
Yeah, Apocalypto. Yeah.
They when they capture them as slaves, they would then do human sacrifices, and people would all come and watch. And
but those are totally separate. Like the Aztecs are up in Mexico, and the Incas are down in South America.
Yeah, but they in the Apocalypto
in the movie
they went in, invaded, grabbed the slaves, brought them back,
okay,
and then did human sacrifices, and that I thought was like a form of cancel culture of like people celebrating people falling, like people going like,
okay,
because that's what. Hang on.
I'm with you. All
Here's
right.
my thought. Cancel culture in its essence isn't. I don't think people really give a fuck about the issue at hand. I think what they care about is. It's not them. They go, oh fuck, did you hear about? That's what they celebrate, that it's not them.
Well, there's this other thing that's happening.
Also, let's just put this out there. Apocalypto was a movie, a very good movie, but it was a fucking movie. It's made up, and if I'm remembering this correctly, none of it was historically correct, apart from the dialect they use in the fucking movie and the location of where it's filmed in, and that was really amazing, right? Similar to fucking Passion of Christ, the fact that when they used the language that was used at the time, I think it makes the movie just that more rich, just that more powerful. It kind of, and obviously using people that actually look like they're from those countries instead of having fucking Bradley Cooper play one of these people, right? It's fucking amazing. But if I'm also remember correctly, it's like that whole sacrifice thing, if I'm remembering correctly, is more like of an Aztec thing. And there's loads of reasons behind it. It's not about cancel culture. It's not because somebody in the fucking village or the township told a shitty joke in the tent and then they take them up to the top of their things and kind of gut them and pull out their hearts and shit. That's not because of some joke they told around a campfire. It's not. It's usually something done as a sacrifice to kind of bring good fortune and shit, whatever it may be. And if I'm remembering it correctly, it's an Aztec thing, not a Mayan thing. The movie Apocalypto kind of meshes all these kind of, cultures together and to tell the story, right? It's just to tell a particular story, and it's not basically historically correct, right? Can we just say that out loud? We all know this, right? It's a fucking movie. It's not real. And even if it was real, taking out someone's heart as part of a sacrifice is not equivalent to a comedian getting cancelled because they raped somebody allegedly, or because they told a terrible, offensive joke to a particular group of people and it came back to bite them in the ass. that's not the same thing, right? I don't think Brad Williams can sit there and complain that he got cancelled for a brief time because he told a story where he had basically raped somebody, right? He can't call that a modern version of Aztecs when they would take out the hearts of people as a sacrifice to the rain gods because of something bad they said as a cancelled thing. Like, that comment might be one of the most insane things I've heard on a podcast in my entire life. But again, it comes from Bert. It took him, 6 years to graduate, or maybe more, to graduate fucking college or high school, wherever he was in. He's not the smartest guy in the world. Great comic, good at fucking marketing and shit, world class at it. But when it comes to being smart and actually knowing what he's saying, that's not his forte. But Jesus Christ, what an incredible clip. Let's just continue, and then I'll play something else.
When somebody gets in trouble for something, you're going, that's not me. And you're also, part of your brain is like running through the bad things you've said and done.
Yeah.
And gone like, what would that be like if I were in this position?
Oh yeah. And so I'm trying to piece this together. And so I'm thinking about the Aztecs and the Incas or whatever that was, those human sacrifices. Then I started, and then I transitioned into hangings, public hangings, the witch trials. Salem witch trials is cancel culture, really is because they're
so desperate to be victims, man. They fucking love being a fucking victim. Look at his eyes. I'm a victim.
just like, let's not focus on what our problems are. Let's focus on that guy, and then let's kill him. And then we don't have problems. We didn't do anything wrong. And then I went to the Reign of Terror. The Reign of Terror was in France in like the 1600s. And it's done by this guy. Will you look up his name? I think it's Robert Maximilian. And he started it. He started the Reign of Terror and was like, we need to kill King fucking Louis or whatever, who was married to Marie Antoinette. Mm-hmm. And so they fucking killed, type in Reign of Terror, REIGN. Reign of Terror. Maximilian Robespierre, my bad.
Came to dominate the Committee of Public Safety during the Reign of Terror. The Reign of Terror took place between September 5th, 1793 and July 27th, 1794. During the terror, the committee exercised virtual dictatorial control over the French government.
And so this is all the connective tissue. So I'm thinking about do you remember the Red Scare with in the 50s where they were calling people communists in Hollywood?
Yes.
I was thinking about that, right? And so then I went to this guy.
Public shaming is
what cancel culture really is. It's public shaming.
Yeah.
And people celebrate it and they rejoice in it. It makes them feel better about themselves. And in France, it took place for those years, and it only ended when they killed Robespierre Maximilian. Then they were like, everyone's like, dude, this fucking cancel culture is out of control. He's killed 17,000 people. We need to fucking stop this. This guy's a fucking lunatic. We're not all bad people.
Yeah.
We're not all. So what they did is they fucking killed him.
Guy.
They killed him. They brought him in. He tried to shoot himself in the fucking head to kill himself because he's like, they're coming after me. Shot his jaw off. And then they drove him through town and everyone's like, fuck you. And then took him, guillotine. And I was like, so then that's how you end. And by the way, same thing happened with the Red Scare. It wasn't until they got McCarthy, they were like, fuck you, and made a fool out of him and canceled him, that ended. So I go, that's how you end cancel culture. You got to cancel the first person that started cancel culture.
Anyway, you know what you heard. It's fucking horrendous, right? Imagine listening to a history program imagine listening to a BERT history program, a BERT history podcast. Imagine. He tries to somehow, in a rambly, drunk way, explain all these historical moments during history. Like, just imagine listening to that daily. Forget hardcore history. Listen to Bert try to explain some of the critical moments in history. Can you imagine? Anyway, talking about cancel culture, right? I think the only people who have a right to complain and have a real reason to really kind of talk about treating cancel culture with some sort of level of caution are regular civilians like you and I. Regular people like you and I, as comedians like to call them, are the ones that usually get burnt the most by cancel culture. And why do I say that? One of the famous stories of cancel culture that we all kind of know and love, that was written about in the book by John Ronson, which I forgot the name of it. But he wrote a book, John Ronson, where he talks about that lady who made that racy tweet about, oh, I'm just getting on the plane on the way to Africa. Hopefully I don't get AIDS. And then when she lands in wherever she landed in Africa, by the time, you know, the journey of the plane to landing, her tweet went viral. She gets fired from her job, and she essentially got quote unquote cancelled, like, you know, because of this kind of joke that she made on her own, you know, Twitter account that didn't have many people following it, but somehow it just went viral and it caught the attention of everybody. People like that should have a reason to be, you know, angry and annoyed at cancel culture, because you said a joke, it wasn't that funny, fair enough, but it was just a joke, and you're a regular person now, your whole life has been ruined. But I think with these people, for the majority of these people, especially these comedian guys, especially ones that have been cancelled from very egregious things, they don't really have a leg to stand on. Like, you're not getting cancelled really for saying racy jokes, most of these guys. Most of these guys are getting cancelled for things that you and I will be put in prison for. A good example is Brad Williams. The Brad Williams story I keep bringing up all the time because it's fucking insane. He brought up the story on a podcast without provocation, where he basically admitted that he raped somebody right in their room, because I think the story goes there. I think it was with Carlos Mencia. I think they're on tour somewhere. A girl comes back to the room in the hopes of sleeping with Carlos Mencia or somebody else famous. The lights are off, and then she's told the guy's gonna come up, but then it's not the guy that comes up, it's Brad Williams. And then he creeps through the dark of the room, doesn't tell the girl who he is, fucks her, and then leaves, which is essentially rape, right? And he admits to this fucking story in the pod, which is fucking crazy. And he kind of gets cancelled for a brief period. Can you really complain that people hear that story and think, hey, get this fucking guy out of here? Regular people that don't live your lifestyle, that just live in a regular normal life, law-abiding citizens would hear that story and think, hey, that's kind of gross, you deserve to get the fuck out of here. Now again, the beauty about these guys' careers is that they essentially write their own checks. They're kind of independent comedians in some respects. So if you do get cancelled, the only thing you get cancelled from if you're a really famous comedian is that you don't basically get invited, you know, to Hollywood events. You're kind of out of Hollywood now. You get cancelled from the industry. But in terms of comedy, you're fine. We've already seen it with Chris D'Elia. Chris D'Elia basically got a whole documentary out there basically calling him a pedo, but he's still able to book shows in comedy clubs. Comedy clubs aren't, you know, don't have a moral stance, or you know, they're not fucking telling him he can't play there. His fans still like him. Bryan Callen's back on podcast again after getting accused of rape. So essentially it's shown proof that these comedians who complain about cancel culture, for the most part, the really popular ones, the rich ones, successful ones, can get away with it. Even ones that aren't as rich and successful as Brad Williams, can usually weather the storm and come back to it, because it's a career that you can basically, you know, cultivate your own fan base with, and some fans won't actually give a shit about. So to complain about cancel culture when you're a comedian is a little bit trite and a little bit annoying, which is why I have to kind of respect Louis C.K. He took his cancellation on the chin, didn't really cry about it, didn't really do a big cancel culture tour about it, understood why some people, when they heard that story of him jacking off in front of those up-and-coming comedians and jacking off into a plant, why it would not sit well with them. His stuff got taken from him, he built it back up again, and now he's essentially, you know, still doing what he did before, making tons of money, touring the world, doing his comedy. It is what it is. But for some reason, these guys take it as like a, I don't know, it's as if they think they're too big to be cancelled. They desperately want to get cancelled, but then when they get cancelled for a legit crime that would land most people in prison, they're always surprised and they don't understand why. It's like, it's insane, because a regular person, I keep saying this, a regular person could not go without working for 1 year while you're waiting for things to die down, which what Chris D'Elia and Bryan Callen did. That is proof enough that if you're privileged and you're rich and you're somewhat successful in your field, you can weather any cancel culture storm. It's not that deep. But these guys clearly conflate all those things, and they just view it all as maybe as a sign that people are thinking they're bad people or something. I don't really know sure what it is, but whatever it is, I find it infuriating. I find it annoying, because for the most part, most of these guys don't say anything worthwhile. The jokes are mediocre. So if regular people like you and I hear them and we're like, hey, let's get this fucking guy out of here, it's not really going to do anything. It's going to be a week of them getting, you know, chased around on social media and getting called out of their name and being pestered and shit. But for the most part, it all dies down. What comedian really can we think about that is actually got legitimately cancelled? and some of them have done some very egregious, awful things. There's none. I can't think of one that's actually been cancelled. They all come back. So why are you complaining? You get a bit of virality. You get a bit of free marketing out there. Your name trends, and you come back, and it's all is forgiven anyway. Maybe some of you won't go back onto Rogan. Maybe some of you won't go on certain shows and shit. But it's not really that deep, really. I don't think so. Like, honestly, really and truly, it really is not that deep. And we've got so many examples of it. But again, I could be wrong. What are you guys saying in the chat? Most rapists roam free, AZ. Exactly, Uche. says, and that's why they have their baby mamas sign NDAs. They're gross. Exactly, exactly. Z says, true. I've heard horror stories. Walked among there. Brandon says, they use the excuse that all different animals rape in the wild. Exactly. I hate that you said that, Brandon, but you're so true. Aziz says, wouldn't even need a guillotine for Brad, just a pair of scissors. Fucking, you're going to hell. AZ, you're making it seem like regular dudes don't get away with rape all the time. No, sorry. I'm sure regular people do get away with rape. I think I'm just saying more so in a sense of like your job. Like, they get to do their job again. A regular person, like, imagine if you was a CEO of a big petroleum company and you got accused of rape. You now have to be the manager of a grocery store. You don't get to go back to petroleum company jobs again. That prestige and those kind of jobs, opportunities, they go. You couldn't have one, but it goes. Do you know what I mean? I guess as a comedian, it removes you from certain rooms and certain places, but you still get to do your job again. You still get to do a podcast. You still get to go on tour and do shows. So it's not, it's not the same as regular people. We obviously still get away with it, but your big illustrious job goes, you lose your family. That's what I mean, and also getting away with it. Like, you get divorced, you lose your family, lose custody of your fucking kids. Like, everything fucking goes for you. Even if you're not found guilty, just the shame alone of being put through that fucking trial or that scrutiny will be enough to end you. But these guys, it's as if like, what think about it. What's the last partner or wife of a comedian that got cancelled for something egregious has left them? They don't leave either. Do you know what I mean? Like, nothing actually seems to happen. Maybe a couple of their friends say something a bit spicy about them on a pod, but everything remains the same. The pod is there, the cars are there, the holidays are there, the kids are there, like, nothing moves. Chris D'Elia still got his verified tick. Everything stays. You don't lose anything. You just have to sit down for like a year. That's it. What people saying here, Shane already has a funny drunk history podcast. We don't need an annoying one. Exactly. Berserker Yanks is a cancel term. The way Tom and Bert dress really bothers me. as he's really, there's nothing there. What bothers you about this? I just assumed most American guys dress like this, right? With the new era and the t-shirt. There's not really wearing anything that crazy, no? What is it about their dress sense that bothers you about them? I want to know this, because they don't really dress that crazy. I don't think so. T-shirts, regular middle-aged dad shit, no? Or no? Or is that embarrassing? I don't think they dress that crazy, to be fair. It's just kind of middle-aged white guy shit. Especially Americans. You guys love hats, innit? Huh? Big hat. The beard. Liquid Death here down there, yeah? Nice. I can't wait until a study comes out that says liquid death is worse than actual water. I can't wait. Like, liquid death is like equivalent to drinking like soapy water or some shit. Because the way these guys guzzle this shit down is hilarious. Obviously, I know it's a sponsor, but I can't wait until somebody does a fucking YouTube documentary about liquid death and finds out the factories that they fucking make them in use fucking the corpses of fucking dead soldiers from fucking Ukraine to make the fucking, I don't know, they make the cans. Something's gonna happen. And it's gonna be funny to see how these guys react to it, because they cut them a hell of a check because they're always fucking drinking this shit. But anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's say this one, another BERT one. This is a good one because I haven't seen it just yet, but this title was obviously hilarious. As you guys know, there's I don't know how to say this. I'm a bit conflicted. There's a growing sentiment around people. There's a growing sentiment out there that people think BERT is gonna die soon because of how fat he is and because of how much he drinks and how much he eats. But in my opinion, I think it's a bit weird that people are kind of trying to predict when he's going to die, because it kind of is a bit weird, right? It's a little bit macabre. It's a bit much, but it's also, I don't think, honest, because most people in their lives have known people like Bert who overindulge in booze and food, and they live long lives. I know many people in my local pub who support fucking West Ham who look like they've got fucking a tortoise shell underneath their fucking, a tortoise, however you fucking pronounce that shit, under their fucking belly because of how much fucking booze they drink, and they are perfectly okay. Some of them are way older than fucking Bert. So to suggest that he might be the one that you might, bend over and die because he looks like a Savaloy, he's about to explode, doesn't really make any sense. So it's a bit weird. But anyway, that aside, people think he's going to die soon. And obviously Bert, clearly a functioning alcoholic, a bit of an addict as well. He kind of knows that it's a current theme around him. And obviously with Tom getting skinny again, he's now decided to do a bit of a challenge and prove everybody wrong. And this is the challenge he's doing, courtesy of this video title. Can you see it? It says 21-day sobriety and keto. So Bert is now deciding to do a 21-day cleanse to get his body right, which is hilarious, because if he's the way we think he is, and he's a bit of an addict, he's probably going to do this 21 days, probably do it clean. And then as soon as he's over, he's going to fucking drink himself silly anyway, which is going to negate all the 21 days of good work he did previously. So it's kind of, typical addict extreme behavior of going like from one extreme to the other. Because and imagine as well, like, you're trying to negate more than 2 decades of just pure unadulterated gluttony and indulgence, and think that 21 days is going to make up for it. That's a little bit naive and dumb. But hey, let's watch the video. Let's see what Bert had to say.
Day 21 on keto, day 21, no booze, no sugar, no carbs. And I feel fantastic.
Do you believe him? He said he's on 21 days now with no booze and what? No, this has to be a joke.
I'm hesitant to even say that. I drove down my street today and I saw the trees like I've never seen them. Now, I don't know if that's the fat going to my brain or the fat leaving my body or the fact that I have no booze to cloud it. But I feel phenomenal. If you're thinking about a diet, I have to say I'm actually pretty much carnivore. Like, I just don't have a lot of time for vegetables. I'm just eating steak and feeling totally satiated. I do not get hungry. I'm not hungry. Right now, I've been fasted for at least 18 hours. I am not hungry. I feel good. I have a ton of energy. I will say that I didn't have energy when I first started this workout regimen, but that left, and I'm taking exogenous ketones every day, probably twice a day before a workout and the middle of the day, like when I go to podcast, and I feel phenomenal. Dude, there was a day, it was a Saturday. It was like it was 7 days into keto, and I fell asleep in the backyard on a couch that's like not even a comfortable couch. Passed out like I was so high. I could not keep my eyes open. I had zero energy. And then one day that shifted. It shifted in the gym. I was doing shoulder taps, and she had me doing 20. And I was like, I can only do 10 at a time, and I get pretty winded. And I did 20 in a row, and I was like, shit. Right now my energy level's through the fucking roof. And I'm telling you, zero booze, zero sugar, zero carbs, pretty much steak and fish. That's it. And a couple hot dogs every now and then. No buns. I will tell you, dinner parties are tedious. When you are in keto or ketosis and not drinking, man, it's like they don't stop pouring wine for themselves. You're just sitting there going, for real? We're going to do another one? Oh, yeah, no. Open another bottle of wine. It's 10:30. It's cool. No. I didn't want to read a book about Johnny Carson when I got home. I'm going to be tired as fucking shit. What's that? I'm sorry? The kids are here. I can't go outside and smoke pot? Oh, cool. No, this is great. I'm having such a good time. Talk to me more about how suicide's an option. I am 100% more present. I am 100% in the moment. I don't know if it's real, if my daughters see that I am more present. They say I'm more present. They also don't know I've been smoking a lot of marijuana. So, like, I think I'm just more present because I'm high and marijuana gives me empathy. I did talk to Rogan about marijuana, and he was telling me about when you smoke too much and you get panics. That's always been my fear. And he said, no, that's a life lesson for you to remember. You need to be a better person. And last night at Metallica, I was hitting that vape pen. You know, just they were getting ready to close, and I wanted to be high when they fucking hit the big one. Give me fuel, give me fog, give me everything does. And I was, and all of a sudden I realized how small I was in SoFi, and SoFi looked so fucking big, and everyone had their fucking phones on, their light, and I was like, what the fuck? And I started feeling the panic creep in, and I leaned into Rogan and I said, this is a reminder of how to be a better person. And then I thought, whoa, you're killing it right now.
Anyway, so he had to go to a Metallica concert and sit in probably seats that cost $1,000 plus to be reminded to be a good person. He could only have empathy with the world around him and the people that he shares a planet with after enjoying a sold out tour, a sold out performance of one of the greatest heavy metal bands and live bands of all time. That's the only time it hit him. Yeah, this is why I should be a good person. Honestly, what a crock of shit.
You're not drinking. You're present with your kids. You're grounded. You just took everyone to Metallica. You're taking them again Sunday. You bought all the kids gift bags. You're a great dad. And I was like, you're a great dad. And you're 50. And your wife's 53. And you're at fucking Metallica. And you're cool. You didn't get like some fucking expensive box tickets. You bought regular tickets. You're a cool dude. That's the weed was talking to me.
Does anybody, like, no one else probably thinks more of Bert than Bert, man. Do regular people think this of themselves? Like, sit back and look at themselves and think, I'm a great dad. Whenever I hear people talking, especially young parents, they're always doubting whether or not they're actually good parents. They're always fucking self-conscious about whether or not they're doing things wrong. Like, they're nervous. Like, that's all you hear, right? You're just anxious all the time. You're not sure if you're doing things right. You're not sure if you're going to fuck up your kid. But this guy has prime confidence in his parenting, prime confidence in himself. Everything is prime. He does everything correctly. Even though he sat on podcasts himself and complained and cried about how he missed most of his kids growing up, you know, like childhood and shit, because he was out on tour making money allegedly. But yet now he sits there and says, yeah, I'm a great dad, man. I bought them gifts. They get to go to the schools they want. They get to drive whatever cars they want. I'm a great dad because I can provide. There's never any self-doubt. It's all just, as long as I can get them things, I'm okay. I'm sure they're happy with that also. But do I believe that he did 21 days of keto and, you know, and sobriety? No. Bert loves a treat. Bert is, you know, had been known to have zero self-control. I just don't think it's possible. I just think it's annoying to keep sharing his psychosis, his anxiety, his worry with us. I honestly don't give a fuck. I'm a little bit disturbed by the people out there who are trying to guess when he dies. I think that's a bit weird. But I also don't care. I've got my own issues. I've got my own struggles. I've got my own things to deal with. I don't give a fuck about this adult baby trying to figure out how to be a good person in the middle, in his 50s, trying to figure out how to do things with some level of self-control, trying to understand the fucking, you know, the idea of doing things in moderation. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Really fucking don't give a fuck. But just leave us alone. You don't need to keep sharing your journey with us. It's annoying. It's like someone you know, like an old family friend, they keep tagging you into the pictures of their fucking couch to 5K training. They keep tagging you in all the runs that they get doing so you can keep seeing their progress. Bro, just run. Do your thing. I don't care. I'm not keeping an eye on your progress. I'm not trying to make you accountable. Just do your 5K. You don't need to keep tagging me so I can see what you're doing. After a moment, I'm going to keep, if I can do it, I'm going to unlike it. I might even report it for spam if you keep fucking tagging me. Leave me alone. You know? That's what it kind of feels like. Leave us alone. That's what I have to say. If you get sober, you get sober. Do I believe you? No. But if you did it, congratulations. What do you want from us? Anyway, this is one of my favorite clips. Again, big up the Fire and the Kids subreddit guys for uploading it. I'm not gonna show you the title because I want you to be surprised by it, but it is a Fire and the Kid clip. So let me play it for you because this is a good representation of just how far this guy's star has fallen. Because what the fuck is he talking about? He even made THEO uncomfortable, right? And THEO is the expert of awkward, uncomfortable, weird comedy. And he even made THEO uncomfortable in this fucking exchange. 23 seconds or something. Hear this.
Comedians are like Jews. Comedians and Jews suffer when things start to go sideways, right? Because the Jews always suffer because when things go sideways, people hate successful minorities.
Yeah.
And so when a society starts to
Jews suffer if they
destabilize-
eat yogurt too,
Yeah.
dude. Most of my buddies. I think they're just my buddy
I think
Aaron.
it's just built into the structure of existence.
My buddy Aaron has to take a couple digestive pills every time he has it, but
THEO had to rescue it with a really good joke at the end. But what the fuck is fucking Kermit the Frog talking about here? One more time.
Comedians are like Jews. Comedians and Jews suffer when things start to go sideways, right? Because the Jews always suffer because when things go sideways, people hate successful minorities.
Comedians are now a minority class. They're oppressed people with a history. Oh my God, with history comparable to the plight of the Jews, of Jewish people. This is what fucking Jordan B. Peterson is saying with his whole fucking chest. Honestly, man, he spent too much time with Rogan. Because Rogan will tell you that there's only 1,000 elite Navy SEAL level comedians in the world who all happen to live in America, which is interesting, right? There's only 1,000 comedians, but they're all American. There's probably one or two English guys in there that how come his podcast. I always find that funny as well. For some reason, Rogan thinks the only good comedians are English speaking comedians. There don't exist very high level funny comedians in other parts of the world. They're only English speaking and they're only from America. So there's only 1,000 of them. Yet they're also victims. They're also a oppressed group of people that need everybody's protection. And what's the protection we give them? We buy their merch, we watch their videos, we click on their ads, their referral links. They go and buy Porsches and Lamborghinis. They go and fight private. And when we request them to upload episodes early or to change certain things in the topics or give them some constructive feedback, they then chastise us like Tom Segura did and talk to us like, and blame us for the fact that we're poor and we don't got money and shit. Like, that's how they basically want to continue their relationship with us. It's fucking incredible. I fucking love it. I love it. But yeah, Jordan B. Peterson has absolutely lost the plot, man. He looks fantastic, don't get me wrong. He looks really good now. The benzo shit has fucking wore down. He looks like he's gotten money. He's out there in exotic locations, eating well, drinking well. He's got on his funky dad suits and shit, his granddad suits, so he's living well. He looks in way better nick than he did previously, but he's talking such drivel these days. It's kind of sad, to be fair, because again, like I said, I used to be a big fan of his. I went to one of his fucking talks and speeches he did at the Round. Is it called the Round somewhere in London? I think it's called the Round. It's near Trafalgar Square. It's called the Round or something. I went to go see him there, sign my book and all shit, that fucking 12 Rules of Life, and then now he's gone off the reservation. So it's fucking hilarious to see that clip. So big up him in some way, shape or form. Next clip, let's talk about this one. What's it called? This is called A Lot of Truth in This Bit. I think this one about Brian Callen talking about his dick in it. Yeah, this is a good one because again, this is another indication that these guys, I think a lot of them, this must be the opposite of like cancel culture, right? No, sorry. One of the sort of like byproducts of cancel culture, especially if you survive it. I think there's a lot of like, like when I think people say if you're like a cancer survivor, or you just, you come close to cheating death in general, maybe through an accident or something, they say sometimes people will use that as an opportunity to correct things, to get right, whether it's quitting certain things, changing a career, moving somewhere, divorce, relationships, whatever, having a family. But there are some people who, when they get a second chance at life, they see it as like an immortality thing. They see that they can't be touched now. They're basically, immune to anything now because they survived the worst of it. Like now they can just do anything and become reckless. I think there's a slight similar thing happens with cancel culture where you get cancelled, you come back, you basically come back like nothing happened, and then you feel like you can just be more of yourself now because everybody knows your secret. So with Chris D'Elia, you become way more of a creep. And with Brian, you start saying way more racy jokes, way more rapey jokes. You start talking about your dick more, even though you're fucking nearly 60 years old. You start to do that more because you feel like you can't be touched. So this is the clip. That kind of makes me feel that way.
This may sound inappropriate, but I got a boner that could blunt a cat's claw. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you why. Because Brendan's wearing a little biker cap, and it makes his head look extra small. And let's be honest, the top of his head is extra small because he doesn't have much of a brain. You know what I mean? He's got a big body with a small head and a tiny dick. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, let's hear it from my boner right now, which could cut a diamond. I don't know why, but I am hard as it gets. And speaking of hard...
I'll take it from here, Pilot Fish. How about you suck me off at the commercial break?
Yeah, don't call me a pilot fish, you stupid son of a bitch. You're a fat fucking whale, and you're going to die soon. I'm going to outlive
But you've been following this whale, you pilot fish, and I'm getting sick of it.
That's true, but I'll be dancing on your grave, you piece of fucking shit. You're a big old mud pie, you overgrown whale, and I hope you sink to the bottom of the...
Remember when the show used to be funny? Can you imagine listening to this shit on your headphones at work? Playing this in your car on your way to work? On a loudspeaker somewhere? Can you imagine listening to this and laughing? It's tough. It's tough out there, man. It's tough. It really is. It really is tough. But yeah, I guess, Callen wants to let us know that his 60-year-old dick still gets hard. And yeah, now we have information in our heads that we probably didn't need to know in any way, shape or form. It kind of is what it is. What can you do? Moving on from that, I want to play this clip, right? Because I'm curious to find out what you guys think. Brendan reacted really weird on this episode of The Fire and the Kid. This is episode number 920 I'm going to play here, where they start talking about the UFC and shit, and Callen starts to bloviate about the UFC, and then he starts to talk about how UFC fighters work hard and whatnot. And it seems to trigger Brendan. I remember other episodes, I've heard him have the same type of reaction. He gets really triggered when people, when they're analyzing or breaking down fights or talking about cards coming up and shit, that they talk about hard work or heart. It kind of gets on his nerves. And he thinks, no, everybody at that level has got has got the same level of hard work, because only people that work a certain level can get to that level, right? That's what he thinks. He doesn't think there's degrees of hard work. Even at the top, it's all the same. The only thing separating them is probably talent or something. I don't know what he thinks, but he seems to get very triggered by it. And it's a very interesting thing, because you'd imagine somebody like a Brendan would have more sympathy to this argument of hard work, because he was never naturally gifted as an athlete, talented wise. You've just got good genetics because he's huge. But the reason why he never made it in NFL, and maybe he was ever a world champion in the UFC, is because he was never an elite athlete. He was always got there through just hard work and grit and timing, all that sort of stuff. So you'd think he'd be a little bit more receptive to the hard work thing, but it seems to trigger him. And I'm thinking, my theory now, having watched this clip already, I wonder if the reason why he seems to get triggered because of the hard work argument is because he actually never worked hard. Deep down, when he knows he never worked hard. So when people mention hard work, it sort of reminds him of the missed opportunity he had because he never really went for it. Because if you look at some of his old UFC pictures, even when he was fighting in the UFC, he was never super ripped. He never really was able to kind of keep his weight under a certain level. He always struggled with training. I think even Joe actually mentioned it in one of the clips when he was given a dressing down, saying basically he's not working as hard as all these other guys. Like, he's not in the gym all the time. He's not watching tape all the time. I think even when he did a show with Eric Griffin, he admitted like he'd never, would watch tape. He just let his team handle it. He never was really a student of the game. So all those things about working hard, he actually didn't actually do. So maybe that's why he gets triggered by it. But anyway, let's play the clip so you can hear what he says.
He's got flamboyant. He's got, he dresses up and he's got all this stuff going. But that dude is as disciplined and as keyed in when it comes to his training, his diet. And
they all are at that level, though. That's not I hate when people say that.
He's so disciplined.
I know, all of them are, though. Every single one is. That doesn't work for me. And it's only in the UFC, only in mixed martial arts, people go, that guy's disciplined. Have you ever been watching an NFL game? They go, Patrick Mahomes works really hard, man.
Yeah.
You're like,
but I've heard
they're all pros.
No, I've heard from other fighters who say, like Khabib used to say, a lot of guys don't train the way I train. They only train in camp that way, right? So some guys, but Sean's that way year round, like all the
Most
time.
of them are. So is Cheeto.
Now you have to be. Cheeto is for sure. Cheeto is for sure.
Aljo's the same. They're all the same.
Yeah, Aljo, that wrestler discipline.
It's so weird to me. It's only in UFC where people go, that guy's disciplined, dude. Oh, is the professional athlete disciplined?
Yeah.
And then we don't. Man, Kobe works his ass off. Yeah, they all do.
Yeah.
They're professional athletes. In the UFC, they all those top tier guys. Izzy works his ass off. Volkanovski works his. That's a given.
Yeah.
When you're placing a bet,
you have to.
Yeah, you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
So it's a weird argument because there's obviously degrees of hard work. There's even guys on, if I remember correctly, there's been guys on Food Truck Diaries who've come on his show who've refused to eat the food or have gone for the healthier option, and Brendan's been chowing down whatever he's got that's been covered in cheese. So clearly it shows there are fighters who sometimes don't have fights coming up for maybe many weeks from when they film Food Truck Diaries who are already thinking about that fucking camp and already dialing themselves in. There are some fighters who don't even like to do much media obligation work because they want to focus on their fucking fights coming up. There are fighters who are literally staying in fucking camp, fight camp ready shape now. Right, and they don't have a fight on the cards because they just want to be ready. There's people who are fighting all year round, doing grappling tournaments, doing whatever to kind of add, more skills to their fucking arsenal. The same thing happens with fucking footballers. There's a clip going around now of Cristiano Ronaldo at his club in the Middle East. I forgot where exactly. And there's a clip of him. Somebody recorded a clip of him in the gym of the club, a security CCTV footage, and he's in there. Everyone else has gone home. He's the first to arrive and he's the last to leave. Even at his age now, where he's at 36, 38 or something, he stays an extra hour after everybody. Big up Austin Case. Appreciate the $5, brother.
I swear Brenda never lets Brian make a point.
yeah, exactly. The not letting Brian make a point is because it touched the nerve. That's basically it. It touched the nerve. But the Ronaldo thing, you see him in the gym now, an extra hour after, getting in some extra work. So clearly there's degrees in working hard. No one's saying that all the top level guys don't work hard to a certain level, but there is obviously different levels of working hard. They say that all the time about Kobe, right? I don't even watch basketball, but they say about Kobe, he was a freak. He even made other top level basketballers at that time feel like they weren't working hard enough when they actually were working harder than most people, but he was like a 1% of the 1%. It does happen from time to time, but I honestly do think, having watched this clip, it is just a lot of insecurity. Like, he honestly knows deep down in his soul that he didn't really work as hard as he probably should have during his UFC career or during his athletic career in general. And maybe he left, a lot on the table that he probably could have done more with his career, and maybe it would have went differently for him. Maybe that's probably what he feels like. So it's a little bit of insecurity coming out there, because nowadays guys are way more professional and probably way more at it than what his generation of people that were fighting. Maybe. Or maybe just in general, his attitude was always a bit lackadaisical, because I was honestly surprised when I heard him say he never watched tape, really. I know a lot of fighters do that, where they just let their team handle all that stuff, but he generally came across like he'd never, he just let his team give him the game, and that was it. He just kind of just let them handle it. He didn't really want to focus on it at all. And I really thought that was very, very strange, especially when you come into it not being a lifelong martial artist. You come into it really late because you're athletic and shit. You would imagine you want to give yourself every advantage. And if that was me and I just have my good genetics, I'm going to try and soak up as much fucking information as I can, watching tape, whatever it may be, just to kind of add to my, to kind of increase my chances of winning or whatever it may be, or maybe eventually getting a belt. I don't know. It's fucking bizarre, man. I find it very, 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 very bizarre. Let's move on from that one. We played that. We did this. This is a funny one too. Obvious height disparity, and then we'll go into the chin stuff. Actually, I haven't to the chin stuff in a while, so let's go into that. So this is a funny one too. Big up the Fighter Kid subreddit. This is a fucking beautiful clip, because you feel like, a part of me feels like Brendan kind of got a little bit, offended by the height comment, a little bit about this. This is fucking incredible. Let's watch this, all right? Obvious height disparity. This is really good.
Oh, I ran into your boy, your Lord and Savior, John Jones.
John Jones.
I sent the picture. You go, man, he's way bigger than you.
He's big.
He just so people, he's always been bigger than me. Always.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it was,
You can't get down to 205, and he can, so you're thicker, but you're just bones.
His face did not take that well. You can't get down to 205, but he's thicker, which is probably a compliment in Brian's own fucking, you know, horrible old man, Brendan Schaub, permanent fucking cock holster way. But it did kind of hurt Brendan there a little bit. It kind of hurt him.
Are bigger, but that's it. He's every bit as tall as you are.
Yeah, he's about an inch tall. I'm 6'4", so he's an inch tall at least. So he's 6'5" and change.
That sounds like bullshit.
Don't you find that interesting, right? So according to this screenshot we got here on the screen, John Jones is meant to be 6'4", his official height on the UFC website. He's 6'4". But Brendan is saying he's 6'4", and John Jones is then 6'6". Like, he just can't help lying, innit? He can't help it. He can't help lying. You're big up, Richie. Appreciate it.
Welcome back, Has from Writers Strike. I did see on the Discord you were starting donations for those Balenciaga flats. This is to the Balenci Fund, brother.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I did not say that, Richie. But thank you for your $30 donation. I did not say that. I did not say I was starting anything. I just said that you guys were taking the piss out of my fucking Balenciaga flats. I've had enough of it. And if I see more comments about my Balenciaga flats on that Discord, I'm going to be banning people, okay? I don't care who vouches for you. I don't care if Uche and Koila are like, no, leave them alone. They did nothing wrong. Everybody's going to get banned, okay? So you guys watch your fucking mouths. Watch your fucking fingers. Watch the keyboard. Be very careful of what you say next about my Balenciaga flats. Be very, very careful, because I'm not accepting any more disrespect. You guys already took the piss out of my fucking, you know, slippity slidey loafers and shit. You took the piss out of some other stuff that I've worn. But I'm not fucking having it anymore. Any more disrespect about my Balenciaga pumps, and I'm going to be hitting the ban button, okay? The ban button's going to be getting hit. I guarantee you, okay? I'm going to be hitting the ban button, so be careful. But yeah, big up you, Richie. Big up, appreciate you. But yeah, Brendan's incredible. In order to make himself look taller, in order to lie, he had to make himself look taller and make John Jones look like a fucking giant. 6'6" now. He's not 6'4", he's 6'6", because I'm 6'4". Love it, love it. .6'4" there, stats.
He's such a good dude.
I love it. But I love the bit at the beginning where Brian says he could get down to 205, but you could never. Like, one more time.
Oh, I ran into your boy, your Lord and Savior, John Jones.
John Jones.
I sent the picture. You go, man, he's way bigger than you.
He's big.
He just so people, he's always been bigger than me. Always.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was,
you can't get.
Also, have you ever heard anybody pronounce always? Somebody tell me in the comments. Is that an accent thing, or do you think that's a CTA redacted thing? Have you ever heard anybody pronounce always? One more time.
Sent the picture. You go, man, he's way bigger than you.
He's big.
He just so people, he's always been bigger than me. Always.
I didn't know.
Always. Isn't it always? Always. Huh? Always. I don't know. Maybe I've got it wrong. Maybe I'm the one that's got it wrong. Let's see here. Maybe I've got this wrong here. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. How to pronounce always. Let's see what they say here. British pronunciation, right? British pronunciation of always. Let's hear this.
Always.
Oh, I like that British lady. Wagwan Emma. Wagwan Samantha. Huh? Tell me one more time, baby. When do you want me?
Always.
Yeah, baby. You know I want you to always too. You know I'll go on, innit? Ring me, innit? Ring me. When you gonna be free? When you gonna be free, babes?
Always.
Yeah, I like to hear that. Still. I'm gonna call you in a bit, innit? Just hang tight right there, right? Hang tight right there, right? You gonna be ready for me though, yeah?
Always.
Yeah, good girl. Anyway, let's move on before I get reported. Let's do the American pronunciation. Okay, let's see what always sounds like in your American accents.
Always.
Oh, maybe he's saying it right then. Always. Okay. How often are you a Karen?
Always.
Okay, cool. Maybe that's true. Always. Okay, cool. How often does Bryan rape?
Always.
Ah, okay. Does Crystalia still like 16-year-olds?
Always.
Okay, cool. Is Uncle Joey still on coke?
Always.
Cool. I just wanted to clear some stuff. Does Dana White still hate Brendan?
Always.
Okay, cool. Is BGL still getting pegged?
Always.
Oh yeah, cool. Okay. That's it. Let's move on. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get taken down. Let's move on. Oh yeah. Anyway, big up this clip courtesy of the Friday Kids subreddit again. This is fucking incredible. This is a really good compilation featuring some of Crystalia's greatest hits. So if you are somebody that isn't really convinced by Crystalia's comedy, you just heard about him via his alleged crimes against under 16-year-olds, and you're still not convinced about his comedic chops, this compilation should let you know just how much of a freak he is in terms of comedy, right? He was Matt Rife before Matt Rife existed. This is top tier level comedy, and if you don't understand it, you're probably not part of the hallowed 1,000 few of comedians out there. So listen to Crystalia as he gives you his best rendition of some of the best jokes you've ever heard in the history of joke making. Absolutely incredible stuff from Crystalia. Let's let it play.
Dolphins fuck people. That's a real thing that I didn't make up. Dolphins fuck people. Dolphins fuck people. Dolphins fuck people. Hey, are you listening to me? Dolphins fuck people? Now do dolphins fuck people? Now the government knows I'm Googling do dolphins fuck people. Is Googling do dolphins fuck people? I learned that dolphins fuck people. Like, dolphins fuck us, dude. People say, are you hungry? I'm like, I don't know. Dolphins fuck us. Like, is somebody in the audience that has been fucked by a dolphin? Dolphins fuck some of us. By a dolphin. We get fucked by a dolphin. If I got fucked by a dolphin, I got fucked in the ocean by a dolphin, you know.
I've watched it 10 times.
That is his Led Zeppelin 4.
And they can do that 10 more times.
I guess you can see it from the beginning.
You couldn't do it back.
Today, I can't believe he beat up a winner. They couldn't do that today.
Oh my God. Your muscles actually
Shut
eat.
up.
Thanks, Chris.
Shut up, dude.
But I just
That's boring as fucking all get out.
Dude, come on, let me speak. Let me be.
So what's the big fucking deal? What the fuck are we doing out here? I asked you.
Daddy.
What in the fuck are we doing here? Hell, I don't know.
up the homeless cats. Big up the homeless cats. That was fucking brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Big up the homeless cats, man. That was absolutely brilliant. That Bert Kreischer fucking dolphin laugh. I did not see that one coming, man. That was fucking incredible. Big up the homeless cats. Moving on. Let's do some chin shit. Let's do some chin shit. Where is it? Where's my fucking tab? There we go. Yeah. Okay, cool. No, this is the one. So let's play, before we play chin shit, let's play this, yeah? So I said the other day, I don't understand the fucking the hate Tony Hinchcliffe gets, right? I don't get it. I don't understand it. I know he comes across like a bit of a cunt. He might be a bit of a bitch, but I don't really know why people really hate him to the level that I see on the Joe Rogan sub. Whenever his name is mentioned, there's a lot of, you know, bad replies and things that people don't like about him. And also when you go on the fucking Kill Tony Reddit, you see a lot of people also not being biggest fans of him. Don't get me wrong, he doesn't come across the greatest on Kill Tony. Sometimes he does come across like a bit of a cunt, but I think also you have to be, you know, a little bit conscious of the arena he's in. I'm assuming being a club full of open micers isn't the easiest, right? You kind of have to adopt that stance and that kind of persona that he has to kind of deal with those level of delinquents, right? That are all in that room, all trying to, you know, fucking, you know, trying to get a spot on the show and do well and impress people and stuff. It's probably a weird energy in there. And by and large, open micers, I'm assuming, are generally fucking on the fringes of society anyway. These people, you know what I mean, that go to these type of events, you would imagine, like, because they're probably all actual, you know, real comics, but, you know, varying levels of mental health, let's say. So this clip might explain why some people don't like Tony because of how he replied to this, but I also think, you know, there was nothing too bad about it. So let's just see what you guys think. Again, big up the courtesy of the Fire and the Kid subreddit guys for putting this up there. I think this is this will maybe show why some people maybe don't like Tony Hinchcliffe. Let's see if I can get this zoomed in. Let's play his video.
Exactly what I do to people.
Understand.
You fell right into my trap. You thought you were just going to come up here and sing about Joe Rogan and he was going to carry you off fucking piggyback style. Come on, we're going to go. You're coming to my castle. I want to have you on the show tomorrow, dude.
Yeah. You do realize that was the plan, right? That didn't happen.
Of course.
But, yeah.
No, there's only enough room for me on that piggyback ride, my friend.
You do get up in there, man. I've noticed that.
What?
You do get up in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm glad to have a best friend like that.
I know, man.
No doubt about it.
Is it bad that I admire your ass-kissing skills? I really do.
No, it's not ass-kissing at all. He doesn't like people that kiss his ass. I actually challenge him sometimes where most people around him are just yes men. That's why he finds me endearing.
That's good, man. That's good.
You fucking faggot.
But I really wasn't trying to come at you,
This guy's trying to test the fucking waters. Hey, I admire your ass kissing.
But I wasn't trying to come at you. I actually think it's amazing what you've done, man.
It's okay. It's okay. I know.
It's absolutely amazing.
I know. I have a fully operational.
I used to come by the store years ago when I first got into comedy, and I watched your rise, and it was really impressive, man.
Absolutely.
Watched you rise up his ass.
Absolutely. I don't remember seeing you in the audience.
Of course.
Good reply, to be fair. Don't get me wrong. What do you think? Do you think Tony Hinchcliffe came across as a cunt there? Let me know in this chat. What do you guys think? Put C's if you think cunt, and put A's if you think all right. A's if he was all right, or C if he was a cunt. Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think? How did Tony Hinchcliffe come across in that exchange? Because that guy tried to give it to him, and he did reply back well. I think it was good. I think it was a fair exchange. The guy called him out for also being an ass kisser because he tried to ass kiss, and he also was able to stand up for himself in a decent way. I see A's, I see some C's. Okay, pro crack, the whole interaction was gay. Okay, fair play. 1.5 C's from Jared Mellerick. Brandon Uche, a phone out. C too big for his britches. Says Richie. See you next Tuesday. I think I'm in a minority here. I think I don't get it when it comes to fucking what you call it, Tony Hinchcliffe. Someone else said something to me here. Hold on. Roadman Williams says, okay, yeah. Oh, can you imagine listening to Rodman Williams? I admire you for still listening, man. I admire you. I dropped off. Listen to TFATK when? I don't know what episode number. I think I dropped off just as they left that studio where they were sitting like that, like a news desk. I think I dropped off after that. Maybe when Brendan dyed his hair white. Maybe that might have been the last time I listened to a full show. Pardon? But yeah, loads of C's. Okay, loads of C's. Okay, cool. I'm in the minority here. I don't think Tony Hinch is that bad, but the chat thinks he's a cunt. So I guess he's a cunt. What can you do? I can't. I'm a nobody. I'm just a one person. You guys all have way more, stronger opinions than I do, and probably way more knowledge of this stuff than I do, and probably watch way more of this stuff than I do. But I just dip in here and there. But I don't think it's too bad. But it looks like most people think Tony's a fucking cunt. But credit to this guy though, for the light jabs and getting under Tony's skin, getting him all hot and flustered. That was really good. So bravo to you, guy, whoever you are. Bravo. You deserve a little round of applause there for putting it back on him again and having Tony basically have to defend his right to be Drogan's ass kisser. But also, I hold him up actually. Like that was very GAY, right? Actually, he likes me because I actually question him. Like, bro, like, wipe the cum off your fucking mouths and get up, man. Stand the fucking up, bro. Relax. You know what I mean? Go wash your hands or swallow, whatever you need to do, and get your life together, bro. Like, that was really, really gross. But anyway, let's continue. And let's go to Chin. Let's see what Chin's saying. Chin Su Yi. What's this? Yeah, let's see what Chin's saying here. Chin Su Yi. What are you saying? It's 33 minutes long. Oh my god. Okay, cool. Let's see. So Chin has got a couple of vlogs out now. There we go. Oh yeah, I hope that's not true. Brandon, good point. I hope that's not true. Your career's over in comedy. You'd hope that they would be okay. Actually, someone made the point of it actually, before we continue to Chin. Someone made a point of it. Someone said, I saw a post on maybe Kill Tony. Like the post was like, why doesn't David Lucas ever rip into Rogan? I was like, yeah, true. I never thought about that, right? He's meant to be this roast comic guy. He attacks everybody, goes after everybody to very level of success, but he never really goes into Rogan. Obviously, we know why, because Rogan's a sacred cow. But I hope that's not the case. I hope what Brandon said isn't the case. I hope that Kill Tony guy doesn't see some negative consequences from what he said about Tony Hinchcliffe. And I hope they're able to just see it as a joke and let him move on, because it was a funny joke, good exchange. They both bantered each other. They both got in their jabs. It is what it is. Keep it moving. There was some truth into what they both said. Sorry. But it shouldn't be something that he should be punished for and get his career cancelled. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully. Anyway, Chin Su Yi. There are some people in the sub who are saying that you shouldn't feel sorry for Chin, because he knows what he got into. It's a job and blah blah. What he does with Brendan and stuff, he knows how bad he is, but he kind of looks the other way. I'm also a person who thinks it's a job. You got to do what you got to do to keep your job. It's a hard economy out here. You just got to do what you do to gotta keep it. There are also some people who say don't feel sorry for him because he gets paid very well. People are alleging that he gets 100,000 a year or something working at Thick Boy. People are also saying that he's a partner over there, so he gets shares and some whatever. People are basically saying he's okay. Don't look up, don't be sorry for him, whatever it may be. I will beg to differ, as Brendan will say. I beg to differ, because Brendan's character doesn't seem like a kind of guy that looks after people. It seems like he doesn't go above and beyond for people that he should go above and beyond for. Because I've always said, I think if Brendan's going to be a cunt to everybody, fair enough. I always said he should always be nice to the people around him, because without them, he can't run his empire. Because we know, courtesy of BGL, Brendan doesn't know how to record, he doesn't know how to edit, he doesn't know how to title things, how to upload things. So he's only good because he can consistently come. Whoops. He can consistently sit in front of the camera and record his show. He doesn't usually miss a lot of shows. He's good on that front, but he doesn't know how to record himself or anything. So he needs Chin. He needs these guys. So I don't think he's somebody that would go out of his way to compensate someone like a Chin well and make sure he's paid very well, so he doesn't have to worry about anything else, I think he will do the bare minimum and then demand the world from him, which is him working on his holiday, him working while he's out fishing, all these crazy things that he's doing. Because I think if I'm somebody that makes $100,000 a year doing something like this and I've got shares in the company, I'm not taking my fucking work laptop to the fucking lake to go and fish, and then I'm taking it with me to go do edits and talking to fucking Ben Pickles on the phone. I'm not doing that because my job position is solidified. I get paid well. I know where my fucking remit lands, whatever. I know my remit starts and ends. I've got a good work-life balance. That's what I'll be on. But I think the fact that Chin doesn't have a good work-life balance, I feel like it's proof that he feels like he has to keep showing, improving his worth because he's not paid adequately enough. He might get paid well, but I don't think he should be paid. Like if he's on $100,000, I think he should be on 200,000. I'm sorry. He's literally the most important person, I think, boy. If Chin, God forbid, was to fucking bend over and fucking, be hunched over the steering wheel of his Prius somewhere in traffic and die, TFATK is basically over. They don't have anyone else to replace him with to do that job. George probably can't do it, right? He can just about put down a burger. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to be able to fucking do this whole uploading of a show and running a network. So Chin should be looked after, really looked after, in my opinion. So I don't think Brendan does. So whatever. That's my theory, but I could be wrong. Chin going camping on the side of the road again. Oh, Richie, that was a good way to put it. On the side of anyway, I don't want to go back on that again. I have to get through this. Sean Lucas, in the YouTube in a white crowd, but watch him get lit up in the black. Yeah, true, exactly, Sean. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, true. Good point. Seeing George Lucas, or that whatever his name is, that fat guy, do comedy with those kind of black content creators that do roast stuff is really interesting because you see how uncomfortable or maybe awkward he is in those spaces. He can't roast like those guys at all. What are you guys saying here? Big up Talking Thrones. So Brendan has to save all his brain power for the pods. He can't be bothered to title and tag videos. Yeah, exactly. Uche Chin watch is a good time to take my melatonin. Uche is so fucking mean. Uche is an evil person, man. I swear to God. She's not a good person. I don't want anyone in this chat to think Uche is a good person because Chin watch is a good time to take my melatonin is like so mean to everybody. It's mean to me, it's mean to Chin, it's mean to the fans that like to watch it. It just basically does everybody over. She sprayed all of us. Okay, fair play, fair play. Everyone's got their opinions in it. It's all good. What were we saying there? Chin is a good bootlicking, says Z. If he lifts Brendan's ego up every time, he could get a high paid job anywhere. True, good point. Yeah, true, because producers, from what I've heard and seen online, especially in the podcast space, they get paid well because not a lot of people can do that job, Oh no, that's a problem. Look at what Talking Thrones says. I just said that and you contradicted me straight. Maybe I'm wrong. Chin is a dime a dozen though. You can find 1,000 other guys in LA to do his job. The problem is how many can put up with Brendan day in, day out. Ah, good point. Very, very good point. And we saw it with BGL. BGL, as much as I dislike the guy, he's been in the industry for a long time. I would say, I don't think BGL has been his first time ever encountering a difficult personality to work with, because he's maybe a little bit difficult himself. But even BGL, however many issues he has, even he couldn't handle Brendan. It got to a point where he snapped and you know what I mean? So as Talking Thrones says, maybe Chin's real superpower is his ability to still work with Brendan and not want to drive his car off of the nearest bridge. Do you know what I mean? That goes to show that's probably something that you can't find in other producers out there because they might want to quit after a short space of time. But anyway, let's watch it. Let's see what it's saying. I'm going on and on and on and on. Let's see what he's saying here. Soup tacos.
Let's go to the hottest place in the world.
See you there.
Kyla, come on, you don't want to stay up for soup tacos. I'm sorry. I have to, honestly, I'm sorry, before we continue, let me just get that video up of the tacos again. We have to see that one more time. That really sad video of the tacos. Chin tacos. Let's see. Someone must have this on Friday Kids Sub. Somebody must have this, please, before we continue. Because that was one of the saddest videos I've seen in my life. Yeah, there we go. Chin makes tacos. That's what the thread is called. Let's just see, before we continue with the Chin video, let's just watch this one more time because this video killed me the first time I saw it. I swear to God, it killed me. 7 months ago. Okay, cool. Come on, please get this on this load. Come on, there we go. This video fucking killed me. This is peak. I need a girlfriend. Like, friends, something like. Oh my God, bro. Look at Chin making tacos. Be prepared to be bummed out, right? Be prepared to be bummed out. Be prepared to be very sad.
Menudo taco? I did. From one of these cans. So I drained this out as much as I could, took out as much hominy as I could, and this is what I'm left over with. This is guacamole I made with this. Hopefully it's not backwards, it probably is. And these are 0 net carb tortillas, which we'll see about that. I'm warming up the tortilla over a flame like this, as I've been taught from my friends. I just meal. So this is what I have right now. A little drizzle of cheese. And then this is the stomach lining. Tripe, tripe, menudo, and of course a giant bottle of Cholula. This is what it looks like before it goes down the hatch. Look at that. Stomach lining. And here we go. Of course it's delicious. Give it a shot.
Anyway, let's get back to the vlog. One thing about Chin, that nigga can drink. That's one thing I kind of admire about him. He can fucking drink. That guy can drink. He's a real rap Korean. That's where maybe he's a bit of his white Texan side comes out, right? Because Chin thinks he looks kind of white and from Texas, but a mixture of that and being from Korea, like, you know, and they know how to fucking drink. He can drink, bro. I mean, he puts it down. Niggas never not working, innit? Fucking hell.
For children weigh less than 35 pounds. And the necessary removal distributed in the line.
He's just recording random guys that he meets on the... Come on, Chin, man. Act like you've been on a plane before, brother. Come on, man. Buster Rhymes. Yeah, heavy on the B. Heavy on the B. Ah, fuck you. Richie said, is that me? Stop it. Stop it. You guys need to relax. Stop it, please. Austin, big up
As the
you.
look of disgust on your face when Chin eats the taco is priceless.
Big up, Austin. Appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, you guys are cunts. You guys are cunts. Anyway, let's continue.
Alright, there goes my Uber, or my Lyft. And this is where he's dropped me off at. I don't know where I'm at. We're gonna find this place together. And it is hot as a movo. Am I tripping, or does this look weird? This looks like you should push these buttons instead of the call button. Dang it. This is my room number. There's some construction outside, so it's super loud. There's me. Got some washer and dryer action happening here. There's a industrial type sink. A nice little dining table. There's me. Got some.
I love how Chin has to write on the text, here's a little Airbnb tour, as if we didn't figure it out by what we're looking at. What do we think this was? You walk into a stranger's home and just recording it randomly, going in fucking. Do we think you're buying washers and dryers? Like he had to write. Here's a little Airbnb tour, bro. We know. Either shut the fuck up, let the text speak for itself, or just speak and don't have the text. But God Almighty, this guy has the most boring vlogs in the history of mankind. I don't know if the vlogs are boring, if his life is boring, if he makes them look boring, or if they're just boring. But wow.
Washer and dryer action happening here. There's a industrial type sink. A nice little dining table. Nice stainless steel fridge. With water. That's dope. Thank goodness. Filtered water. Ooh, chilled mug, maybe for some burr. Toaster oven? Dude, they got a freaking, what do you call it?
No way he's doing an itemized. Dude, is this guy like, this is definitely Spectrum shit, right? He's going around the entire Airbnb and Nate pointing out all the fucking appliances. Like, you know when you're renting a place and they tick off on, or when you're about to leave a place and they tick off all the shit that was there before, when you got there, if they want to decide to give you back the deposit. One table, one bookshelf, mug. Where's the vase? No vase. Okay, that takes off 1,000. You know, they do all that sort of shit, that kind of game. What the fuck is he doing?
All these things. I was gonna say Instapot, but this is way bigger than Instapot. But same concept. Crock pot. You know what I'm talking about. This is a big sink, and this also looks industrial too. And we got an electric stove. Got some accoutrements. Some spices, even some coffee. Wow, I actually brought my own coffee, but it's good to know they have some instant coffee here. Some stuff I can wash lettuce with and make some recipes. Great, some good old.
Maybe I'm in the minority here, but I think you have to be a real freak if you go on holiday, a trip, doesn't matter if it's inland, and then you drink instant coffee in your fucking Airbnb. Surely, from my limited experience of traveling, one of the main things that you do to kind of force yourself out, to go to explore the town that you're at, to kind of find new places and go on a bit of a wander, get some fresh air, is that you make sure you get at least breakfast or coffee in the morning at a random spot every day you're out, every day you're on vacation. That's what I usually do. You just go on your Google Maps, you pick a place, you go there, get coffee, and you just keep, go to different ones every day just to kind of figure out where you are, get land, maybe discover some new places along the way. But you don't sit in your Airbnb, wherever you are, and just drink instant coffee. Like, why would you do that? Why?
Old-fashioned cheese. Tupperware. Plenty of plates and glasses and cups. Here's the living space. No TV, but they got this sucker right here. A big old projector. Let's take a little walk around her. I don't know what this is. Oh. Closet with 2 towels. Is that a scale? Yeah, there's a scale here. I'll weigh myself later. Don't know what this is. Oh, bathroom. Here we go. Here's the bathroom. Black curtains. Black drapes. Ooh, nice. Look at this madness. There's a full frontal body wash. And top. Look at that. Huge shower head. Another shower head here. Cool glass. Nice. Here's one bedroom. This will be for Austin because it's smaller. Yeah, I said it, Austin. Little TV there. Ceiling fan, which is cool too. And then this is going to be my bedroom, the master bed. Fan's already on.
This man is on vacation with another man. He should be getting the drinks in. He should be fucking playing some tunes. Whatever. Just getting the fucking trip sorted, innit? Like, so when the guy comes in, you can start getting on it. Have a couple of drinks, maybe go out, see the town, find somewhere to go and eat. But instead he's fucking going around the fucking Airbnb pointing out appliances. It's got a shower. Wow.
I got my little workstation here with TV, little sofa couch, bigger bed, and my own bathroom with 2 towels again. Bam. 2 sinks here. This is actually a nice place. Ooh, look at that shower. Look at that shower head. Another 4.
Yeah, there's only gonna be one person in that shower. Let that be certain, right? There's only gonna be one person in that shower. That's a good fucking naughty America type of shower, but no naughty America stuff's gonna be happening over there.
Full frontal shower thing going on. And a huge shower head. Yeah, it looks like shampoo and conditioner and maybe the body wash. Toilet, a bidet, which I will not be using. I doubt I'll use this, but cool to have. That's a cool looking bathroom. That's pretty cool design too. Little closet here.
Am I the only person when he said bidet sounded like he was speaking Cantonese? It sounded a little bit Cantonese how he said it, right? No? Listen.
Toilet, a bidet.
Doesn't that sound a little bit Cantonese? Bidet? Say that again one more time.
And maybe the body wash. Toilet, a bidet.
A bidet? That sounds a little bit Cantonese, no? A bidet. Bidet. Like, no? Or am I being racist? I don't know. It sounds a little bit Cantonese. One more time.
And maybe the body wash. Toilet, a bidet, which I will not be using. I doubt I'll use this, but cool to have. That's a cool looking bathroom. That's pretty cool design too.
Nah, he's not talking about the fucking tiles on the fucking roof. Come on, chin, man.
Little closet here. We've got this little closet here. Got a little towel. Got an iron. And got a clothes rack.
The bro crack. He won't use the toilet because it's black. Oh, you guys are gonna make me fucking explode. Oh, you can just stop. I swear to God.
Hangers. Now, this is next to my waist.
The bidet is black. Fuck that shit. The bidet is fat. It's black, so you know, fuck that shit. Oh fuck.
As you can see, very low, but it'll work. It's all good, baby. And that's pretty much it. All right, time to go to the stove and get some zippies and snacks and food and water and all that good stuff. I'm walking to the local market, and the one thing I notice is, first of all, it's hot as a mofo, but secondly, there's like no shade. Like, usually you can walk down the street and say, like, there's one side that has more shade than the other.
Wow, Phoenix, Arizona looks quite beautiful. I didn't know you had palm trees in Phoenix, Arizona. I guess it makes sense because isn't that next to like the desert, right? Arizona desert. Is that where that is next to? That's lovely. I didn't know it was so warm. Blue skies. It looks fucking beautiful. And this guy is in his fucking Airbnb showing us the toaster and instant coffee in the cupboard. But Phoenix looks fucking beautiful.
There's no shade up in here. Well, until I walked under a tree. But you know what I'm saying, right? It's gonna be a long, hot walk, but it should be a fun weekend. I'll see you guys at Stand Up Live tomorrow. No, yeah, tomorrow. All right, I was able to stop by this place, Virginia Market. I got some supplies, some fruit for us.
That's what he should be doing. He should have done this as soon as he landed. He should have got the beers in for the lads, the other male he's staying with, and whatever males come over at that crib, because there's no women there, obviously, clearly. He should have probably did that, right? Got the beers in, got the fucking projector set up, play some tunes, got the videos going, get all his workstations set up and stuff, and just made it, you know, ready for his mate, his boy, whatever twink is coming there to kind of hang out and have a good time. Instead, he's fucking showing us an itemized fucking listing of an Airbnb.
Heater Ranger and some water, some snacks, some beef jerky. Heading back to the Airbnb, which is gonna be another 10-minute walk. We'll make it through. I'm almost back. I'm very moist right now. A lot of sweat.
Rishita, why you keep saying just males? Because he has no intention. The just males thing is annoying because he has no intention. Because when I say just males, I mean just males. Like, it's gonna be a co-working space. That's what it's gonna be. There's no intention there. Even if it was just males to have some fucking, some other adult stuff and adult fun, it's great. But have some fucking intention. Set the room up. Get some drinks in. Put on a fucking candle. Play in a fucking playlist or something. Do something. But it's not. It's just a fucking co-working space. They essentially booked this Airbnb as a satellite as a satellite studio for Big Boy. That's what it's gonna be, Like, there's no intention. Like, you don't hear him making any jokes about, I'm gonna go check out the local park because I heard there's a volleyball team that plays there. I might get lucky, bro. You just anyway. When he takes off his glasses, I understand why he doesn't bother, because Chin looks better when he's got glasses on. Not to be offensive and stuff, but he does look way more handsome when he's got his glasses on. When he takes off his glasses, you understand why he's having trouble out there. Do you know what I mean? Not to be that guy, don't want to take piss at someone's looks, because it just is what it is. But keep the glasses on, brother.
Can you see the sweat?
Sweat vlog. Fun.
Anywho, let's get to sipping. Grab a meal with Browse when he gets here. He's like 20 minutes away. We're gonna find a spot to get a meal around here, and then go to his concert with Riley and another artist that's very popular, but I don't know his name. I'm not into that world of the new streaming artists and all that stuff. So, anywho, we're gonna go eat and then go to his show and then probably call it a night.
Exactly, Uche. Thank you. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's true. He's tall, so he's got that on him. He's got a great considering what he eats and how he drinks, he's got a really good physique. He's pretty lean. He looks like he's in decent enough shape. He's tall for an Asian guy, like extremely tall. He might be 6'2", 6'3" or something, which is great, right? Whatever. And his glasses, he looks good when he's got them. When he takes off his glasses, you're big up a Crash.
Hess, a white man from Texas. How much riz can he really have? Peace, thanks for the chin update and for all that you do.
How much riz can he really have? No, I think, again, because, I grew up with a lot of Asian people, a lot of guys from Vietnam, China, a lot of guys from Philippines and shit. There are many, many swaggy Asian dudes. Don't ever get it twisted. Asian dudes can get it down, especially the ones that we have here in London, in the UK. Like, they don't have any problems. Doesn't matter what they look like, how geeky they may be, accent, no accent, like, they get it in. I just think somehow he has, like, the thing that's chin up weird is, like, he has all the things that could help him. Like, he has, like, a good job. He makes good money. He's, like, kind of famous in his own way. I'm not saying he's fucking, Leonardo DiCaprio, but he's got his own little fame in a little podcasting scene. That's something to use as a little thing, right? His physique and shit, all that stuff. Like, he's got stuff, but he doesn't get good trims. His style's a bit shit. He talks weird. Like, there's no, like, confidence there. There's no intention there. It's all just a bit like, like, that's the issue. He has the ingredients, but he doesn't have to put it together. It's like that fucking taco that he made. I know what he was trying to do, but he missed it. You know what I mean? He fumbled it. He know what he was trying to do, but he kind of fucked it up. Like, he didn't really put it together. And this is his main issue. Like, he just needs to fucking figure it out, because it's just annoying to see somebody that's got the potential to be something, to, like, to get out there and really make his mark. You know what I mean? Be in these streets really heavy, and he's out here fucking showing us toasters.
And then we'll do a whole day of doing cool stuff tomorrow. See you then. All right, he's here. Browse in the house. All right.
Hot as fuck.
Hot as hell. Well, why'd you leave it open?
Oh, Austin is what's his name? Little Browse. Okay, I didn't know that was Austin. Okay, that's his name. No wonder he calls himself Little Browse, isn't it? Austin's a bit of a trouble of a name, isn't it?
I was trying to give the full effect.
With the construction workers out there.
Dude, I forgot how hot it was.
It's actually not that bad when you kind of first feel it, but after like a few minutes, it sinks in, dude.
I like the heat too, though, but
really,
it feels like dehydration.
Dude, seriously.
You know these guys are going to bed at 10:30, innit? You know these guys are going to bed at 10:30 max. This is going to be the most well-behaved Airbnb ever, man. Like zero act. No, now I don't blame Chin for getting the drinks in because nothing going down in that fucking Airbnb, man. They're both going to bed at. They're both going to be in their separate rooms at 11 o'clock at night. No.
I have a couple waters, by the way. Are we bouncing from our crib?
Oh, yeah.
Austin's driving. We're heading up to his concert location. I'm gonna film there. All right, we're here at Rebel Lounge, right? This is Rebel Lounge?
This is Rebel Lounge.
Our old freaking haunt.
See me in this moment, or am I in? 'Cause you'll never listen to what I say.
Nah, I can't do this, man. Nah. What is this? Is this a label showcase? God, why am I doing this to myself? Okay, come on, Agostinho. Come on, don't be a pussy. Come on.
What I say when you say she want a trip to Dubai, she wanna fuck on the flight.
Animal style with 2 animal style fries, well done.
All right, we're going to browse the show right now. How many performances do you have? One? One feature?
One feature.
Is this guy allergic to just wearing his hat the right way around, or is this like a thing? Because I think that would maybe help his look. Just wear your hat the right way around, or maybe just wear your hair out a bit. I don't know.
Here for my boy Riley's song, and then we're gonna watch Riley's set.
Yeah.
And Young Pinch.
Young Pinch.
You know Young Pinch's music?
Oh, I love it, dude. I love it.
Beach boy really talk like this. Eastside beach boy really walk like this. Some of your viewers will understand.
I'm never banging Young Pinch. I don't have any Young Pinch in my Serato, and if anybody near me played Young Pinch, I might get them in the fucking guillotine.
I want to say I don't know him, but yeah.
You
told me he's great, yeah.
He's from Huntington Beach too.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah. There's Riley, baby.
No.
Who's Riley? Is Riley the new fucking where are they finding all these fat white tattooed guys? Is he the new what's the other one? There's a few of those guys, right? What's the guy that they talk about a lot? What's his name? He was on Rogan recently. Oh, he's kind of cool actually. He seems like a cool dude. Have a listen to it. Yeah, Jelly Roll. That's it. Where did they find these guys? Have you guys in America just got loads of like fat white, racially ambiguous sounding white guys that exist there? Like, what is this? Crash said ham sandwich. Or he called himself BLT or something like lunch meat sandwich. I don't know. Yeah. BBQ Bill. No, it's not even about the music being mediocre, Coyle. It's just more so like there seems to be this kind of arc. There seems to be this sort of like person exists a lot in America. This like fat, white, tattooed guy. It's a thing for some reason. Like, you know, like could be a badass, could be a criminal, could be a sort of lovable teddy bear. That kind of thing. It seems to be a thing. Like fat white guys with tattoos who might be in a band, who might like Taylor Swift. I don't know.
What up? That's right. You need the whole cam though.
Sick little liner.
Yeah, there's a line, dude.
It's gonna be full. I think it's gonna be sold out tonight.
Fuck it.
It might. only in Arizona probably, because they don't have much going on, you'd imagine, would you have a queue to see fucking Riley. Again, maybe I'm getting it wrong. I don't know who Riley is. I don't even want to put this in my algorithm. But Riley, if you're big and you're doing good things, I apologize. But unfortunately, you're standing next to Little Brows and Chin. You're going to get a lot of this smudge. But if you're good and you're really talented, then I take back everything I'm saying. Maybe you might deserve the lines around the block. Chin could have cut out the entire first 2 minutes of his vlog and just started it from when he got to the Airbnb and got the beers and this, and it would have been fine. Like, we didn't need to see any of that shit about him pressing the buttons of the lift. Just start from this, because this is actual life. You know what I mean? This actually looks kind of interesting. The other shit was just, I wanted to throw myself out the nearest window.
Hold up! Phoenix, how we feeling? My name's Riley, I'm from Los Angeles. Let's have some fucking fun tonight. Can we do that? Yeah. Is it tough when you see me in nails? And I'm trash to Balenciaga sound. I'm hard stepping on the carpet, sorry. But these moments where you wish that I was dead. They ain't never seen no one like me. They ain't never been brown like me.
Okay, one thing I'm going to give this guy credit for, and I've said it a lot because I've watched a lot of fucking Rolling Loud fucking content, and it's been quite heartbreaking to see a lot of the guys and rappers I kind of like going to perform on stage and essentially singing over their recorded songs, right, with the backing track and stuff. I fucking hate it. I despise that, but it seems to be a trend in especially hip-hop nowadays. People just love to just sing over recorded vocals. They don't even try to rap over their own songs. They don't even try to rap their songs live. So at least this guy is actually singing over instrumentals while he's performing. He's not just playing the song that you have already on your phone and then just lowering the fucking highs and the mid and then screaming over it, or ad-libbing his own songs like, you know, like his own hype man. That's something I'll give him credit for. Might not be for me, but I'll give him credit for that. Eddie D says, this Riley guy is just another auto-tune rapper singer guy. Yeah, I can see that, but at least he's actually performing and he's actually saying the words. You can hear him breathing through the mic and shit. I love that. I don't want to just hear you rapping over the already recorded vocals. That drives me crazy. It's not a live performance. I might just go home and listen to you on my headphones. And a part of me also likes the fact that Little Brows is that excited of his performance and no one's jumping. I always believe, as Brendan would say, I think you should treat every performance, whether you're performing in front of 10 people, one person, or a crowd like that, like you're performing on the main stage at fucking Rolling Loud or Coachella and shit. That's how you should be performing. So the fact that Little Brows did his little jump, his little high knees, that was kind of cute. One more time. 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 His little panda dunks on, right? His little fucking NPC panda dunks. Like, I love it. I love it. Big up him.
Phoenix, you ready to turn up tonight? Make some noise! Thank you, Phoenix. Have a good night tonight.
Okay, in this sense, I want to hear you guys saying in the chat, what do you guys think? Phoenix, I'd imagine, isn't a place where a lot of people go to perform anyway. They probably skip it because it's maybe not the cultural hotbed or whatever, not a lot of fans out there. But I still think it's the kind of place that people should go to perform at a lot more. Smaller markets is where you actually build a real fan base, right? Because they don't really get many people passing through. When you do go through there, they really, you know, cherish it. They're chuffed. They're stoked. They're happy to be there. What do you think the reason why that crowd is so dead? Do you think it's they are shit and they're not responding well, Arizonians are just dead in general. Who do you blame here? Do you blame the artist or the crowd? Let me know what you think of this. Because the girls in that front row were looking at him like they were in an art gallery. What do you guys think? Nothing like the Whites Only Hip Hop show. The crowd is there. Oh, the other dude, not Little Brows. Okay, cool. The time of day. Yeah, let's do a poll. Actually, yes, true. Let's do a poll. That's what I forgot. Thank you, Eddie. Let's do a poll. Let's see who you guys blame, because I'm gonna say the performer always. Who do you blame for the shit crowd reaction? Arizona crowd. Little Brows. Let's do Riley and one more. Axe J. Let's see what you guys think. Let's see what you guys think. Let's see what you guys think. Little Brows. Okay, cool. It's changing. Let's see what you guys are saying here. So far, no one gives a shit. Axe J is again. Okay, cool. I love the Axe J response. It's like, we don't give a fuck. Anyway, let's continue. That sounds quite good though. I like the sound of that. That was probably the best thing I heard. That Riley guy sounds like he's got something. I still probably wouldn't bang it in my Serato. I'm not going to play it through my fucking Bluetooth headphones or anything. But that sounds pretty decent. I kind of liked whatever this song was. This sounded good. Let's go back to this a bit. Is he throwing up gang signs? What's he doing?
Thank you again. Again, if you've seen me before, thank you for coming back. If you've never seen me before, thank you for being here. I hope I see you next time. My name is Riley. Let's make some noise for the Beach Boy up next.
Dude, amazing set, Riley.
That was fun. Oh yeah.
Bro,
I just couldn't see shit.
Incredible. No, dude, you fucking killed it.
Couldn't see anything.
Your crowd work is so amazing too, man. Seriously. Yeah. Incredible. And the fact that I saw you like go straight to the phone afterwards.
Oh yeah.
To see your family.
Always.
That's so sweet, dude. That's so
foremost. And I can't do this. I can't do this without them.
Yeah. That was so dope. That was so beautiful.
I enjoyed it.
That was awesome.
These bad boys on me.
Thank you very much. I got you.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro, to Thianine. You to Thianine.
Woo! Bro, to Thianine.
They just performed at a show with this guy called Riley, right? He's covered in tattoos. He looks kind of cool, fat dude, right? He's probably got his own little, community and fan base of people that like what he's into, because he was able to get a crowd out in Arizona, right? Clearly he's got something about him. There was some chicks in the front row. There were some girls there. You saw some people there. So some of the baddies in Arizona came out to see Riley. They're in the green room. They've got drinks going. They're just hanging out. And there's, Little Brows performed, did a couple of songs, opened up for the show. And at the end of the show, they go and get pizzas for the boys. They don't hang out with the girls. There's nothing. They're not trying to bring anyone back to their fucking Airbnb. It's just Chin and Little Brows sitting in their Airbnb watching clips of The Fire and the Kid or something on their projector screen wall. I couldn't think of anything more sadder, bro. Like a prime opportunity to actually go and mingle, get to know some people, maybe go to an after party, maybe go and network with people at the event, and maybe see if you can go to a late night studio session, maybe go and hang out with Riley, see how he writes his songs and shit. Nah, let's go get some pizzas and go back straight to the Airbnb. Fucking boring cunts.
Oh yeah, that's some things. Delicious.
Nice crisp, juicy, like a nice meat on the top.
That's what I'm talking about.
6.7.
6.7.
You try it, let me know.
He's actually, and he actually wears Thick Boy merchandise. Like out. He's got a fucking the Thick Boy Bussy donut t-shirt.
That's what I'm talking about.
And the Thick Boy hat.
6.7.
6.7.
You try it, let me know.
Here we go. Baby.
No.
Exactly, Koila. Meanwhile, Papa sent Chin 300 texts. How many texts do you think Chin gets from Papa out of Showtime? Like a normal day. How many times do you think Brendan texts Chin? On a daily. How many times? Like it must be crazy, isn't it, the amount? Fucking hell.
It's not like New York, you know?
There's nothing like the hometown pizza, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not gonna be like New York, but it's good.
Isn't your brother, isn't Tommy, your brother Tommy from New York?
Tommy, we don't talk anymore. He's been
He's a good kid.
He's a good kid. Yeah.
Good kid, local kid.
We don't talk anymore, but yeah, he's a good kid. Yeah.
We don't talk anymore, like Selena Gomez. We don't talk anymore. Good kid though, local kid.
Great kid.
Do you like those melodies or no?
Yes. Yeah, that's why Bill.
They could be in a studio full of fucking Arizona fucking slaws with other cool people from Arizona there. Instead, they're alone in an Airbnb with the lights turned on. Wearing their headphones.
And then like, you can already feel it building. Nice transition.
That's everything. Piano.
And then
Beautiful, crazy, can't help but amazed. Morning is here, and I must be honest, I haven't taken a shower yet.
Sorry. For all my Asian mandem out there, you know this. Chin actually walks like an Asian person. If you know Wagwan about Asian people, because I've grown up around a lot of them, you know Wagwan. Chin walks like a consummate, typical Asian uncle. He has that walk. I just clocked it. Fuck. Chin actually is Asian as shit, as Brenda would say. Look.
Beautiful, crazy, can't help but amazed. Crazy, can't help but amazed.
Chin walks like an actual Asian person. That's such a trip. It's amazing. He says he's a white Texan, but he actually walks like a real Asian dude. One more time. Look at that walk. Shuffling his little feet around and shit. Look at that walk. Honestly. Look.
Crazy, can't help but amazed. Morning is here, and I must be honest, I haven't taken a shower yet. Still wearing the same clothes from yesterday. Take a shower this morning first.
No wonder the Arizona bitches didn't fucking connect with them. No shower. Like I'm not gonna say nothing.
Look at that tiny egg right there. I found that out in the field yesterday. The big brown one, that's my chicken eggs.
Go out to the fucking.
Is that a Hooters t-shirt? These guys get 0 bitches. 0. 0. 0 0. Yesterday he wore a Thick Boy t-shirt and now he's wearing a Hooters t-shirt. No amount of Riz can save you from this. There's no Riz that can save you from ever recovering from that t-shirt. God almighty.
Go out to the fucking inferno.
Yeah. Woo. We chose this life.
We did.
Yeah. Austin's gonna leave tomorrow mornings because he has to perform.
Driving back, 5-hour drive.
Insane. And yeah, we're just dealing with the heat here. But it's not too bad right now.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Hurry up, dude.
Hot as fuck, but still cool.
Oh yeah.
There's the Erica Busher.
Yeah, exactly.
They have like some mist.
Pro crack. Wearing that t-shirt as a guy is crazy. Of course, wearing a Hooters t-shirt is like those guys that wear t-shirts that say like, "I'm an ass guy." All I want is like you know those kind of those t-shirts like, I like what? I like my boobs. Like I like my cars big. You know those kind of fucking t-shirts, like they just scream virgin. You know what I mean? They just scream like, I don't know, like you tell your mom to shut the fuck up. You know those type of dudes, right? I mean, you're really rude to women, but then you're pussies when guys step to you. That sort of stuff. Like, Hooters t-shirts. Okay, cool, man.
Going on there, so that might help a little bit. But either way, it's hot as a mofo up in her. All right, so this is our spot that we're trying out. The Arrogant Butcher. The food has arrived. There's Browse. These wings look amazing, man. They look damn good. There's my ceviche, sea bass, and shrimp.
They're hot as fuck. Wow.
Really good? Fresh?
Really good, yeah.
The wings don't look cooked the way I like them to be cooked, but they looked well done the way they've been done, you know? But they don't look as, you know, they're a little bit on the undercooked side for me, but they look decent. Actually, let's stop the poll as well. What are you guys saying here? The majority, 50%, saying Axe J. Who do you blame for the shit crowd reaction? Most people are saying Axe J, or they're blaming Little Brows. I love it. Big up the chat. You guys are amazing. You're blaming Little Brows for the shit reaction. Like, bless Riley. He brought Little Brows out to open for him, and he actually killed the room. Little Brows killed the room. Oh, anyway, let's end that poll. Thank you for all you that voted. Look, let's not get that full screen. Let's get it. Right, stop. Let's continue.
Oh yeah, I've never seen you take a double dip like that. It must be really good.
Well, it's pretty hot.
Yeah.
Well,
how hard do you think Chin's dick is right now, watching Little Brows eat that wing? How hard do you think Chin is under that table? How much of a rock hard boner do you think Chin has watching Little Brows devour that chicken wing? Wishing his dick was in that ranch. Wishing his dick was one of those wings. How much do you think that's happening?
Trying to get the footage for you.
Thank you. And please clean off the bone this time. Remember last time we left?
Pause, bro. Yo, Chin is horny. What? What do you say?
Thank you. And please clean off the bone this time. Remember last time we left a bunch of cartilage and everything? Clean it off, man.
Oh, man.
Okay, I guess.
Get all this, too?
Yeah. Much better.
till I came up. Black SUVs when we pull up. Now they wanna come around and show me love.
This is pretty dope. Salt Mine Studio Oasis.
Braz had a connection. You mean money and a phone number? Connections.
Basketball court too. My goodness.
How you doing? Good to see you again. You too, man. What's going on, man? Jay.
Nice to meet you, Jay.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for having us in.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Where we at?
Oh.
Alright, cool. Working on it, man. A bunch of different projects, but right now me and this guy are doing some more country style stuff. So yeah, just a little vibes. What about you?
They hooked him up with a studio behind the kitchen.
Oh yeah,
God, this is fuck, dude.
Dude, your Instagram cracks me up.
Yeah,
your stories.
Oh yeah,
Dying, I'll be.
No, I like to laugh, man.
It's funny.
The door open and shit.
Yeah, close that door, man. Chin wants to clap them cheeks, bro. Close that door.
Just going straight to our album right now.
Yep, let's go.
Huh?
Yep.
That you always want.
Like punching?
On that shot glass had your name on it, lipstick with a stain on it.
Like punch on those parts, and then when the chorus comes, just hit big chest voice.
I'm just trying to take you out and show you off, looking like you're straight out of a movie. I know your other man put you through hell. I'm trying to put you in some Louis. Yeah, we on the top floor, sipping cappuccinos in the Saint Laurent store.
You gotta give up. You have to give up, little bro. You just have to give up. I remember the first time I recorded myself rapping when I was 12 or something, and I heard myself back. And I was like, hold on, I don't sound like Nas. I don't sound like Big L. I don't sound like Styles P. I don't sound like Raekwon. And I was like, you know what? Maybe this is not for me. You know, it's pretty quick. You see quite quickly, especially if you got kids in your class who rap as well, and you're like, hold on, the best rapper in my class, I don't sound like him, so maybe I should stop doing this. How can you record music, listen to it back, and legitimately think you should continue? How? You have to be objective with your shit. You have to be able to listen to yourself and say, am I as good? If I'm not, what's the point? Because the only other place I can see his music getting played is like, do you watch like shows on like CW and stuff? They sometimes have these like nondescript, like nothing songs that kind of sound hip hoppy, kind of sound trappy, just these like jingles, right? And I'm sure there are artists out there who make loads of money doing that. It's like a job where you make these jingles for these shows. And they kind of like, you know, when the guy wakes up in the morning after a long, hard day and he goes for a run, it's like, get it, achieve it, and get it. That's all a rap song. But I don't think anyone grows up wanting to make that. You fall into that because your actual first plan to be a rapper thing, like an actual rapper, doesn't work out. So then you fall into making jingles for these shitty TV shows. I personally couldn't do it because it would be, you know, you want to die after a while. But that's the level he kind of sounds like. He sounds like he's going to be making songs for like, you know, songs for like the background songs for like SWAT, the TV series, or like Blue Bloods, or like CSI Investigation or something, right? Or Crime Scene Investigation, those kind of shows. They got these kind of random songs that just play in the background that don't even mean anything, just to kind of occupy the space and distract you from what's going on the screen. Because this guy is fucking awful. he's fucking garbage. And he's going to all these legit studios, all these legends have recorded, using all these amazing equipment to record absolute turds of music.
Sick. Kind of a banger, huh, Jay? Oh, yeah, you like it, huh? Dude, play me one of yours if you got something like.
Asking the in-house engineer whether or not they think your music is good when they're only there to make sure that to help you record your music. They don't give a fuck about the quality of your music. They're just there to help you record it, you know, punching stuff what needs to be punching, and that's it. They don't give a fuck. It's hilarious. You like that, yeah? He's like, crickets.
Come out of what? Say it louder.
Shut the fuck up.
Come out of the closet?
I'm coming out tonight at the show.
All right, good.
No, dude. Come out of the closet.
Oh my god. I'm not gonna say nothing.
No, I'm coming out like the
Coming out. I heard the closet earlier, but whatever. It's all good. All right, we're heading off to Brendan's show right now. Listen to Megan Maroney. So parking here in Phoenix is kind of crazy. It's always like the left side, which is weird. It doesn't make sense like that. But you know, we're making it happen. I'm gonna park here and go to the show right now.
He's gonna make the first move. Let's be real. If they both got drunk enough, let's be real. They're both lonely enough and shit. Like, let's be real. Just for shits and giggles, you know what I mean? Just for shits and giggles. They might tongue each other down. If one made a move first and they both started singing Marvin's Room and talking about how it connected with them, right? You know, it'll be. They'll make a cute couple though. To be fair, they make a cute couple, don't you think? Chin and little brows. They actually make a good couple, a cute couple. I reckon so. They'd be quite a good looking cute couple, quite a good looking gay guys, as gay guys go.
Oh look, Brendan Shop, August 11th. Bam.
I know it's under
Fucking jump scare. Holy shit. Fucking jump scare. Whoa.
I know it's under
Blood clot. Yo, these Arizona women do not know what hit them, bro. Holy shit. Jump fucking scare. Fuck. Okay, let's just continue because he's not involved, so he's an innocent party. So big up Big J, but let's just crack on. Let's just crack on. Fucking hell, mate. Fucking hell.
It's possessed. What's up, dude? What's up, dude?
Yeah.
How's it going, man? Short Bus Chin, nice to meet you, man. You gonna...
His name is Short Bus.
What's up, dude? How's it going, man? Short Bus Chin.
Chin went to go and shake his bad hand. Chin went to shake his bad hand.
What's up, dude?
The army can't use, I guess, right? Look, Chin went to go shake. He didn't even clock what hand.
How's it going, man?
He's grabbing the other hand. Look, he's grabbing the other hand.
Short Bus Chin, nice to meet you, man. You gonna get it?
Oh, no, Chin.
Okay. Yeah.
He signed a black.
What up, Phoenix?
Jesus Christ. Brendan blowing out the fucking speakers, bro. How close you to get to a fucking microphone? One more time.
What up, Phoenix?
Fucking hell, bro. Henry Cejudo turned out. Okay, cool. Is Henry Cejudo from there? Is he from Arizona? Let's see his reaction to Tiger Fit. Let's see his reaction.
Pleasure, man. From what I've seen,
yeah, baby. Hell.
Everyone always does that. Everyone always does that. That shit must taste like lighter fluid. Everyone always squints, like grimaces and squints way more than they would drinking even Jameson. Like it doesn't go down smoothly, does it, Tiger Fick?
Pleasure, man. From what I've seen,
yeah, baby.
That was not smooth. That is not like Nika fucking, level of fucking whiskey. That shit is fucking petroleum. He felt that in his soul. That did not sit right. Oh, fucking Tiger Fick, man. Every time someone drinks it, they always have that reaction. It's like
hell yeah. My birthday week. That's how we do it. Thank you for filming me. Dude, it's good, right? Dude, it's so good. It's based off of flavors good. It's based off of Japanese.
He didn't like it. He's trying not to vomit. Look at him. He's trying not to vomit.
That's how we do it. Thank you for filming me. Dude, it's good, right? Dude, so good. It's based off of
it's smooth, but look at his face. He looks like he's in pain. It's smooth, it's flavorful, but he looks like he's in pain. Yeah, good point. Good point, Uche. Who does drink whiskey like that? You're right. Who does drink whiskey straight to the face like that? No glass or nothing. Not a single female in sight. This is the thing. This is not even intentional. This is just like bros for the sake of bros. There's no good network in here. There's nothing. It's just men hanging around doing nothing. Like, oh, that's Frank Mir, isn't it? Yeah, I just noticed. It's Frank Mir, actually, true. Frank Mir in a cut. But yeah.
Yeah, dude, just gotta start playing chess. That's the thing. Of course. You know that they all play chess. They're all like, no.
One woman in there, that's probably Frank Mir's wife, innit? Or somebody, right? That's the only woman that's in there. Only Frank Mir, the fucking badass, actually is able to bring a baddie in there. One baddie, which is fucking Frank Mir's wife, most likely. Only Frank Mir gets the baddies in there, and that's his wife. That tells you everything about that fucking room.
Playing chess. That's the thing. Of course. You know that they all play chess. They're all like, no.
Keen to watch out.
Kelvin, honor to me, man. Seriously.
Chin, good to meet you, brother.
Yeah, seriously. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Also, Brendan, can you be any more awkward with your fans? Come on, man. Give him a proper hug. Stand closer to the guy. Bring him in a bit closer, bro. These guys in fucking Phoenix, of all people, of all places, have come out to see you. Make an effort. Bring him in a bit closer. Why are you so awkwardly standing next to him? He's got that look. He's cocked his fucking ass back. Like, why is he standing like that? Like, why? Look, why is he standing like that? Someone tell me. Why is he standing like that? Like, bring your fans in, man. They've come out to see you. They probably paid $50 for this meet and greet. Make it worth their while. Give them a big hug, and maybe even a kiss on the fucking cheek. Let them know how much you appreciate them being there with you. Come on, man. Record the video with them or something. Man, just standing like to the side, like he doesn't really want to be touched and shit. Brother, you're not J-Lo, man. Like, embrace the fucking guys, man. That's better. That's better.
Eat it.
Okay, there's one girl there. Who's she with? There's one. One thing they always figure out how to do is get food. They don't figure out how to get the baddies in the room, but they know how to get the food in the room.
Chill,
Chin's vlogging abilities are just.
Let's go.
Yeah.
This nigga thinks he's about to fight. Why is he staring at the screen like that? He thinks he's in a fight or something. What's he doing?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Cracking his neck. I love Brendan, man. He's a fucking legend.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
Also, no homo, but Brendan's got like no ass, innit? Zero ass. Where the fucking cheeks, bro? Don't you lift? Fucking flatter than a pancake, man. He's got a grandmother's ass, innit? Look at that. Where's the cheeks? He's not cheeked up at all. There's nothing there. Flat. Where is it? Doesn't he lift weights, do deadlifts and shit? What's going on here? There's no cheeks there. Zero. Absolute flat. Nothing even popping out of the t-shirt at the back there. Zero.
Oh, sorry.
Chin nearly headbutted the MC.
Oh, sorry.
That's the closest Chin's got to a kiss the entire fucking tour, isn't it? The entire tour, that's the closest Chin's got to a kiss. He accidentally kissed the host one more time.
Oh, sorry. What up, Phoenix?
Eddie D, some people weren't born with asses like Ice Spice. Touche, Eddie D. Touche.
A lot of dudes in there, man. Real talk.
How many times do you think he's used that line during his comedy sets? When he opens. We got a lot of dudes in here, man. I might just walk around and start fucking people. Like, how many times do you think he said that? How many times do you think he said that during the opening up of his sets? A lot of dudes, I want to fuck someone. That guy's really good looking. Cockfest. Like, how many times? Green room just full of wings, laptops, Tiger Fig whiskey, and baseball hats. Fucking boring, man. Where's the fucking lines? Where's the pills? Where's the slaws? Where's the wild stories? Nothing. It's just guys just sitting around eating chicken wings and beers and with fucking baseball hats on. All right, cool. Looks like fun.
Years of life, take your roses.
Is Chin drunk or is he trying to impress the girl there?
If you cut off.
It's working though, isn't it? It's working. It's working. Chin might be in, mate. Chin might be in here.
Thorns can't take no more.
Jesus Christ, bro. No wonder he does so many tours then. This is the meet and greet. And you know Brendan charges for his meet and greet, right? Most comedians don't. But Brendan charges people for the meet and greet. I think, I don't know, extra $50, whatever it may be. That's a queue. They are queued up to get pictures and autographs and shit. So this explains why he goes on tour so often, even though when he cancels loads of shows, because if he's able to sell decent amount of tickets to some places, he gets probably a good split of the door. And then he also gets whatever, you know, per head it is, $50, $80 to do the meet and greet shit. So he must walk away after a weekend with a decent amount of money, like in the thousands. Shit. He gets close to the ladies though, and the ladies get really good hugs, right? The fellas get the fucking Donald Trump Minotaur fucking whatever that Minotaur Centaur shit, whatever that fucking shit's called, where he stands like that with his bum cocked out. Oh fucking hell, no brother. No brother, man. What are you doing, bro? No brother, man. Get the team down, guy. Like, what go on for you? Anyway, he looks happy to be there, so you know, I'll let him ride. But come on, man, look how happy he is. You saved my life, Brendan. You don't know, you saved my life. You saved my life. You know, you honestly did save my life. You're special. So be surprised. It just, I don't know. It did something for me, man. You saved my life. Do you want to fuck that guy's girl? Huh? Did you want to fuck that guy's girl? Brendan went to fuck that guy's girl. I wonder if he's fucked any of his friends' partners that have come up for autographs and stuff. That would be fucking crazy, man. What you said? Oh, he made sure not to touch. Okay, cool. Maybe I'm looking. Okay, he made sure not to touch her. Let's see. He made sure not to touch her. Let's see if I can see that here. Oh yeah, Uche's right actually. Yeah, he did. Good boy, Brendan. He doesn't want to get any charges. He sure she was a bit of a blonde baddie. Oh, big up Brendan. Okay, I like that. Look, the hand's there. Look at that. No touching. He did the old floating hand, right? The old floating hand. Big up Brendan then. Okay, cool. That's good to see. He's, you know, that's one lady saved.
15 minutes, you little freaks.
Oh yeah, we are. What up?
Do you think he's ever had people come up to him saying, "Big fan, Brendan. Don't listen to the Reddit. We love you." Do you people ever mention the Reddit to him in person? Don't listen to the Reddit, Brendan. We're big fans. But to be fair though, it is quite sweet because these people are all super happy to see him. Like, look at the smile on their faces. Like, this lady is genuinely happy to be there. You know, all these people look really, really happy to be there. So it's nice. You know what I mean? Because, you know, he gets his fair amount of stick, but you can see he does actually have a fan base of people that actually do like him and come out to support me. I just wish he would focus more on these people than talking about the trolls and the haters and stuff. But hey, what can you do?
What's going on, bro?
What's up, Chick Boys? This is Anthony Phoenix here. Phoenix Boy Club.
Yeah.
Jim.
What's up?
Everybody, what's up, guys?
Hell yeah. Good to meet you.
It's such a pleasure. I was
That's basically him, innit? He's basically looking in the mirror. That's basically Brendan, isn't it? Yeah, the check just cleared, innit? He's got the final total amount. He knows what go on. The check cleared, man. Can make them Porsche payments. Go on. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this for now. There's about 10 minutes left of this thing to play, and I'm gonna play it when I come back and do another episode of this because I got to bounce. Yeah, that took a lot out of me, but yeah, that took a lot out of me. I'm not gonna lie. That took a lot out of me. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I appreciate all of you. That was absolutely incredible. AC, make sure to clean the bone, bro. Double entendre, right? Double entendre. Big up everybody. Pro Cracks says I lost brain cells with this one. I apologize. Everybody wants me to watch Ching content. When I put the Ching content on, you all regret asking me to watch it. We all regret watching it, myself included. Oh my god, these vlogs are honestly, you could take off the first 7 minutes of this vlog and just start it from when he did the studio thing and go to the fucking club, and it would have been better. But the fucking tour of the Airbnb, the itemization of it, like, wow. Yeah, whatever. We move. Yeah, big up everybody in the chat. Matt Rizzi, I see you there. Big up Chris Rizzi, I see you there. Big up Coiler, Crash, the Pop Crack, I see you there. Spencer, Alex Knox, big up Austin Casey, my guy, appreciate you. Yep, always exasperated, you know the vibes. Exasperated and relieved. Big up my guy Jared Mellerick. Big up Uncle Podcast, appreciate you also. Yeah, this is actually insane. They're dead because of Papa's fame. I used to think these guys sitting at home laughing at Growing Up Happy. It's downside American celebrity culture. Yeah, it's a Uncle Podcast. It's a downside, but it's also a good thing. It means that you can basically always have a fan base, and there's always going to be people out there that love you. I just wish Brendan would focus more on that, because clearly he has fans. He just wastes his time focusing on the wrong things, and not appreciating them much. Because I also get the feeling, this is my own feeling, I don't know if you guys agree, but he doesn't really like his fans. He wishes his fans were maybe a little bit more cooler looking, because, you know, they look a certain way, which is not a problem. It just is what it is. But in Brendan's head, he thinks his fans look like, I don't know, Navy SEALs or Hell's Angels, when they're not. He wants his fans to look cooler, but they're not. So he doesn't appreciate them. That's the thing that kind of irks me, because I don't mind Brendan's fans. You're allowed to be fans of anybody. Everyone's got their own taste of what they enjoy. I just don't think he appreciates them as much as they appreciate him. You know, that's the only thing. He takes them for granted a little bit, but you know, whatever, that's his problem. Crash Pro, Jared, Malik, I appreciate you. Everybody that's in here, please make sure you smash the like for me, and you know, let me know that you enjoy the show. I appreciate that also. If not, I'll see you again soon, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.